Yeah.
But this is an art journal. It's a little bit mixed media.
Yes, it is.
So you've got the art journal in there that's illustrated and quotes in there. You've got 2 stencils to sort of add with it.
And the embellishments
and
too.
You've got some MDF embellishments as well.
Beautiful embellishments, wonderful stencils. You've got such a gorgeous art journal. The only way to truly appreciate it is to have a look. Can you tell us who did this?
Yes, my friend Sharon did this one. She won't mind me saying she's a total beginner when it comes to mixed media.
Okay. So this is a great starting point.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's the whole point of this, is to give you something to start with, a little bit of structure.
Yeah.
So you've got some words to start yourself off with there.
Beautiful words.
Yeah.
But also what I like, this one, the stencils work so well. If you want to incorporate them on, you can create your own inky backgrounds. One thing to note, and this is really important, I hope you can gauge this at home, the quality of the paper, that watercolour paper, really, really good stuff.
It's really nice. It's direct from the mill. It's sourced in the UK.
Yeah.
It's 300 GSM, so you can throw anything at it.
You really, honestly,
absolutely.
I do mean that. Look at this. Now, this is great.
We like this one.
Because you've got the composition, so you've got that wonderful drawing. Oh, sorry, there we go. You've got the drawing of the dragon. And this is all hand-drawn by yourself.
Yeah.
And then you've got the words here. But if you do want to, it's been so clever, giving that composition with the mountains just suddenly brings the scene to life. Absolutely.
It's just a very basic sort of idea that you can use. You don't have to fill the whole page. You can do what you like, and you don't have to do the whole spread. You can just do one side if you like.
See, it's an art journal. What I would be doing, and I really want to get into my art journaling. So you've got a fantastic quote here. Don't always rely on the past. You can determine your own future. You've got the dragon, very positive.
Yeah.
So what I'd maybe doing is incorporating some artwork of affirmations of what I want to achieve in the future. Put them on in here. It could be anything.
Absolutely. Put them all in.
If you want to travel, you can incorporate that into the design as well.
Yes, so much to do.
You've got so much to go. Oh, speaking of travel.
Travel, here we go.
I didn't even know that was the next page.
No, well done.
That was the next page. Or here again, you can just create the most beautiful backgrounds. It's a compliment to the design. It's a compliment to the actual quality of the paper as well.
It is.
That you can throw so many different techniques.
Yeah, and try things that in here. Even if you just did half a page, just try something. It's your personal journal, so it's not.
Take time out of every day to be thankful.
It's lovely, isn't it?
That's good. You've got a beautiful clock here. So what could you put in there? I mean, you could put maybe memories with somebody, close loved ones, or just something you want to do, relaxing time for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I like my clocks.
So, look at these stencils there. They really are lovely.
They are nice, they match everything that's come before this, so they all come from that steampunk theory somewhere.
You can pop that down. So you are getting the art journal, but we have got so much more. I'm going to show you. You've got the embellishments. So if you do want to take the embellishments into maybe incorporating them into your design for the home, you can use it for the cover of your art journal or so much more. You're getting 25 MDF embellishments in the mix. You're also getting those beautiful, showing you here, stencils which allow you, they just lift anything now. You've got your flowers and triangles with the stencils. Beautiful, beautiful compilation. You're saving £11. Actually, you're saving more, £13.50, £22 and 47 pence when you consider what you're getting. If I pop this down, I'm just going to put on my crafter's hat at the moment, okay? So look, how much would you be paying for 2 quality stencils of that size? And then you've got the embellishments into the mix, and then you've got the journal. Now, these stencils, £9.99 right here. Then you've got the embellishments, and we're talking, I mean, a lot of embellishments there. Look at that. All of those embellishments, beautiful embellishments, and then you've got the art journal in there as well, quality art journal. That's £15.99 by itself. So it really showcases the saving that you're getting here. And also, what makes Sandra so special and what makes this house so special is all the artwork and designs in there have been designed and hand-drawn by Sandra herself. So this is unique. This isn't something that's just digitally pulled an image that you're going to see everywhere. You've got unique imagery, you've got quality paper, everything sourced and made by yourself too.
Yes.
You won't be disappointed. And we have so many people who are such big fans of your work and everything you bring. We're already busy before the show, which is a huge compliment.
It is, it's lovely. And I was saying before, I'm truly thankful that you guys gave me the opportunity to be here, and people out there do like what I do.
We're thankful you come and visit us. Details on your screen, £22.47. You're getting all of this. 614-635, your item number. We've got more embellishments for you as well. This is the embellishments that you're getting here. We will be looking at the more embellishments later. But look at that, you're getting butterflies, you're getting cogs, you're getting words. Time for an adventure, and an adventure you will have, an artistic adventure with this option. We got another option for you. So what's the difference here, Sandra?
And this one, I'm really giving you a choice as to your stencils.
Okay.
Which do you prefer? Do you want the slightly more flowery, or do you like the words?
Okay.
And it was just nice to give an option. That's lovely, isn't it?
I'm torn because I love them both. I'd be leaning towards this one. Personally,
it's tricky, isn't it? They're all lovely.
Genuinely torn on the fence,
yeah.
But I'm just thinking in my head, where would I go? Now, this is another journal. It just goes to show every journal is going to be unique. Now, who's this one?
This one's Marie's.
Marie's really good. Watch this. Using the stencils, having some fun. So again, this would have showcased, and you can, it's one thing to point out, you can actually mix and match the papers around because there is scope.
You can, yeah. I've not actually clipped off the wire coil either end, so you can take the whole thing apart, you can mix and match the pages, and then you can decorate them whilst they're out of the book. When they're all dry, put them back together again.
Look at that.
That's phenomenal.
So Marie quite experienced with art journaling. So
she has done a little bit more than Sharon, yes, so she's got a few more techniques up her sleeve. She's done some really good ones, hasn't she?
Beautiful. I'm going to pop this down. Can I just say, we've featured this. We're 5 minutes into the show. What, about a minute or two? Here, we've already lost 10%. A lot of you have been shopping ahead. £22.47. Busy. You're saving £13.50 if you're a Freedom member. That is your delivered price. If not, £24.97. 412-833 item number. The difference being between two options, you're still getting the beautiful embellishments, you're getting that fantastic art journal, which I cannot say enough about, but also it's the stencils. Let's have a look at the words. So you've got the fantastic shape here. You've got the words, happiness is a state of mind, which is fantastic. See every day as a new opportunity to shine. I love that. Live in the light. I mean, just really nice. I think as words, very positive.
Have to be, they go with the artwork that I drew, so I wanted to make sure that everything was...
I'm going to show you the stencils, because we have got boards.
Double-sided.
It is, it's double-sided, thank you. Having a look here, so just in this rawest form, you can obviously use your stencil to emboss. Great does that look. Or, if you just want to incorporate the words, I mean, even if you just want to add happiness onto a card, you don't have to use the whole statement, happiness is a state of mind. But also, if I just flip that around, there you can see, that's strong, too.
That's a good one. That's
For
lovely,
backgrounds, that's a win. Details on your screen, 412-833, your item number there. And you have got some beautiful inspirations. Can I just show one? I know we are moving on, just one, I'm sorry. But isn't that nice? Have a look at this. Isn't that great? Just to show with the embellishments what you can do. And the stencil in the background, just creating that wonderful background. Oh, £24.97 your price, or £22.47. Busy for both options. 412-833 your item number. You are getting the same MDF embellishments in this mix, but it's just such a wonderful treat. Okay, we have got more for you though.
These are pretty.
Can I say, you're getting 20 MDF embellishments here. Can you sense the artistic potential? For £9.99. Look at that. So the beauty of MDF, you can throw, now they do come plain, these are all obviously decorated, but the beauty of MDF is it will take any medium you want to throw at it. So if you do want to add some texture and dimension, it's a win. If you want to add some colour, you can. Glitters, you can. Texture paste. You really have got that scope. Want to incorporate them onto the designs? Oh, wow. Now that's really nice. So using obviously the word background that we had in our previous offering with the art journal, but then incorporating the embellishments, artwork, as well from Sandra. That is fantastic. Did you do this one last week?
Yes, we did that last week. It was a demo on the show last week that we did, so yeah.
Remembered?
Yeah.
I didn't remember. Nikki, producer, remembered.
Yes.
Details on your screen right now. $9.99 your price, 400 289 is your item number. We're going to be having a play very shortly. Before we do that, we've got the Spectrum Aqua pens. These are phenomenal. They're water-based, and the beauty of that is being water-based, you are getting such a good starting point to incorporate them into other water-based mediums or to try different techniques. Can I just say, I'm just going to take a moment to really highlight the price here, because you're saving £30, but just stick with me on this. Now, there's a flexi payment of $22.97. This is the real nub of it. One of those by themselves, just one pack of 12 is one pack of 6, sorry, is $12.99. Here's the thing. So the storage tray would be $19.99 by itself, and that's something you would invest in because you need to store them flat. The cardstock is $3.99. So if you factor that in, that's a consumable. That's something you will buy. So the storage tray and the cardstock, I guarantee you will buy at some point. So if you factor that in, if you take that price down, suddenly that $45.94 becomes even more palatable, and that saving goes up. So you are saving £30, but if you factor in the $19.99 for the storage tray, the $3.99 for the watercolour card, that works out at £21.96, which is actually less than your first flexi payment if you think in real terms. So it's $5.49 per pack of 6 pens, which is normally $12.99. Incredible value. 078 532 your item number. All right, Sandra. Time to
Exciting.
play.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely,
yes. This is my journal that I've been playing with, and you look at it and it's nice. It's really pretty.
Nice.
But if you first get your journal home, you've got a blank piece, and you think, I'm not really sure what to do. Where do I go? So I wanted to start from scratch, if that's okay, and show you sort of how I got there.
We were talking just before the show, and Sandra mentioned, so on One Day Special with Pebeo, we saw techniques using MDF. You could sew, if you've already gone for the Pebeo or got some, pour some of your Pebeo in there, and that would look great.
Oh, all sorts of things, absolutely. They would go wonderful if you've done that. So I'm going to move that to one side.
Yeah.
I've taken the book apart, and this is just the front cover.
Great. So you are able to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's why I've left it unclipped for you. So yeah, all I've done is I've put a coat of my gesso on it. I've used gesso because it covers anything. It's really good quality grey board. So it's on. I've just put one coat on. So once I've done that, then I'm going to want to put a little bit of stencils and get a little bit of texture on.
While you're getting your stencils up, just to let you know, the words option, we're at third of the stock has gone there. So that's one of our options with the words. A third of the stock's gone. Very busy for that.
Okay, just move that out of the way, man. So yeah, so very basic. I don't want to sort of overdo this and get really complicated. Whatever you've got in, kind of thing. Nice. So I've got some texture paste. It's got a bit of a crackle in because I quite like using crackle paste. Yeah, it's quite nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my stencil over. I'm going to have something in the middle, so I want to do a little bit round the edges, and I'm not going to use the whole stencil. I'm just going to use areas of it. So this is the bit you don't have to be technical with it. You just whack it on.
See, Sandra, now you're giving me a dilemma. Because I said I like the words, but now I'm watching you work with the flowers, and I'm seeing the potential with this one. Oh.
Well, you could even stencil cut these out and make them up into three-dimensional. Which all that my stencils do now. Sorry, but I really struggled.
Now you can, if you like me struggling, and you can go for one option, then you can get the stencils by themselves as well. Details can be found on our website, but we're going to put them at the bottom of your screen as well. So $9.99 for the words and squares.
There we go. Just going to put a little bit up in this corner.
Oh, that's nice.
Again, if it doesn't come through perfect, don't worry about it. It's not a problem. We sort of want a little bit of distress, I suppose. There we go. So, of course, then that has to go to one side to dry. Certainly because it's crackle paste, I'd want it to dry on its own rather than me doing it.
Okay.
So that's how that would sort of come out.
Love it.
I'm going to put that back because we can use it again.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. So then this is where the MDF shapes come into their own. One of the quotes, again, which quote to do, and I thought this one, Time for an Adventure, would be wonderful on a front cover of a journal, because that's what it is, an adventure.
And you're really exploring. I think you're only limited by your imagination, which can be such an adventure into your own mind.
Absolutely.
The MDF cutouts, they're consistent throughout both kits. They're exactly the same, whichever kit you go for.
It's just the stencils are different.
You've really thought through what you're incorporating into the actual words, and they're really good quality MDF cutouts.
Yeah, they are proper laser MDF.
Yeah.
But you know, it's nice to have everything in one kit, because if you've not done this before, you're not sure, everything together, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
So let's have that. I'm going to stick that slightly higher. We'll go there.
Nice.
Okay. I know it doesn't look much yet, but there we go. I'm using some tacky glue, by the way. It's a mix of PVA and tacky glue together.
Gotcha. Just to give you fair warning, so the embellishments, the MDF cutouts by themselves, we're 15 minutes into the show and over half the stock has gone. They are flying. So if you do want to get those, I'd put it in your basket sooner rather than later.
Okay. So, yeah, although it's MDF, they're very, very fine. These,
it's a detail.
These embellishments. And but my drawings are, and I didn't want to
lose that.
Well,
it's your style. It's what we kind of associate with you.
Yeah, it's what you know.
That is stunning.
It's just three shapes. I'm going to put a little cog down there. I'm going to add more later, but all I would do with that one then is I would take my gesso and I'd just paint over the top of it and let it dry. I have got one I've done before.
Would you, now, with these as well, a bit of gilding wax looks great on the flourishes too. So if you have got any gilding wax, they really do set it off. Just let you know, so the words option with our art journal, it's our words and squares. We're over 50% of the stock there as well. We're only, well, on my clock in the studio, it's 14 minutes into the hour. So, busy. Can I say we're really busy? And I'm so glad for you, Sandra, because you work so hard.
Well, thank you to everybody loves it. It's just nice that people like what I do.
Well, I'm really glad. Okay,
so this is as though it's dried, and I've stuck everything. You see, it's been wet. Now this is where the fun comes in, because I've got some paints here. This is going to be a bit scary.
All right.
Whatever paints you've got, and I'm going to go. Just add some on. I know, look at that. But look at the colour already.
That's fantastic. And we're finished. That's brilliant.
Yeah,
no, only kidding. Look at that.
Look at that.
But the beauty with your art journaling is you want to be able to try different techniques. You've got such a good quality art journal, good 300 GSM watercolour paper that you can explore. So whether you want to use your acrylics, whether you want to use your Pebeo, whether you want to use your watercolours, just let you know if you are using Pebeo, it needs a non-porous surface, so do gesso before.
Exactly, yeah, which is what I've done. So I'm not worrying about where it's going or brush strokes. I'm just going with the flow.
You're using some nice colours here.
I know. I thought, do you know what? It's very spring-like, isn't it? But it's always tricky because you do one and you say, oh, I could have done it that colour. But it's okay because you could do the back different, I suppose, if you wanted to.
That's nice.
You see, because that's all now dried and glued, I can really go in there with the brush. Let's just mix that in a bit.
Oh, Sandra, the embellishments by themselves, so we have got an additional option with just the embellishments. They're limited stock. They are about to go, so please do not miss out on your opportunity to shine right there, because these are really going to go any moment now. We are seeing if we can get some more stock, but I can't guarantee it. Sometimes we can. Right now, technical sellout, which means all our stock is either sold or in your basket. If it is in your basket, you need to check out. What are you doing to us, Sandra? Busy.
Sorry.
They're going to be shouting at me now if I keep on interrupting you.
We're going to be machining quite a lot. So, yeah, there we go.
So you actually cut out the...
I do all we do all the MDF. We do all the stencils.
That's why they're so well done. You can see the quality there. It's stunning.
Yes, I wanted everything to match. So if my drawings are, it's detailed, so are my stencils, so are my MDF.
Yeah.
So you can see, because I've used, that crackle on that stencil, it's just showing how it's raised now.
Yeah.
It's taking a bit, but it's important. I want you to see how it comes together. Here we go. So I've not even put any. I'm not put any water on. I've just gone straight in with my brush.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about mixing the colours at all. fun with that. But obviously, once this is dry, that's when you can start getting gilding wax out and things.
Oh, yes.
Just gonna have to. I'm gonna have to blend a bit of that in. I can't leave that like that.
No, that's fine. We're getting to see you having a play, which is great.
Yeah, it's it works pretty quickly, and if you don't like what you've done, you can go over it again.
And the beauty is, I know the embellishments, if you like your steampunk, they'll really speak to you, and you can go to town. If you want to create that kind of rusted copper effect, you can. But equally, if you want to go quite delicate with maybe pastel colours or bright vibrant colours, you can do that too.
Absolutely, it's entirely what you want to do with it. I've just given you the starting point, really. Yeah. So there we go. I'd perhaps go in there a little bit more, but I'd get another brush. But you can see that's how the cover starts.
All right.
Yeah. Whilst that's, I bet I'll do that. Whilst that's drying, you can actually be adding some extra bits and pieces to it.
Yeah.
And I've brought in, I've used some crafters. The new dyes, the new quilling dyes.
I did the show with Fiona. They're brilliant.
Didn't take long at all either. But yeah, they just fit lovely. So I'm going to put some glue onto there.
Yeah.
Again, I've just inked around, so I've used the same colour. And let's go down here.
Wow.
See, well, I know the paint's wet, but that's okay. We can go in with this. It's fine. It's all going to dry together.
This is such a beautiful example. I know we're still going, we're midway through our demonstration, but if you think Sandra said the starting point was she wanted to give you within the kit everything you need. So you've got your art journal, which is your starting point, but then you've got the embellishments that you can add in to make the interest, and then start using your existing statue as well. So with the flowers and triangles, we have got 25% of the stock's gone there.
Right.
But with the words and squares, very busy. I'm going to bring you the details in a moment. There they go. Over half the stock's gone here.
Okay, I've just got a little bit of a die cut in there. I'm just going to put, you know, just a little bit of green in.
Yeah.
But then I've got all these embellishments that I've not stuck on yet.
Right.
So if I just move that to one side a second, I'll show you what I'm going to do with those. We talked about embossing things like that.
Yes.
Right, okay. So, get my embossing pad out.
See, with a clear emboss or a black emboss, once you've done it, it gives a real premium finish to something. You've got that glaze.
There we go. Just being gentle, because, you know, it is very detailed, so I don't want to be... Oh, there we go. I'm going to make a mess everywhere. Just messy crafting.
Lovely.
There we are.
Just to give you a little update. So we sold out of our MDF kits, the embellishments. We've made a few calls. We've managed to get some back, and I do stress some, only a small amount of these, back on extended delivery 5th of February. So I don't know where it's December. 5th of February. So if you do want to go for it, if it was December, that'd be a long wait. 5th of February, just to be clear. So we've only got a small amount of stock. This is our restock. If you do want to get a hold of that, I'd be quick. $9.99 is your price, 400, 289 your item number.
So, yeah, we do make it all ourselves, and I do have to sleep at some point.
Oh, bless you. Because you had a busy show last week.
Yes.
Busy show today.
Yes.
You're back on again. Unfortunately, I apologise, it's with me.
Oh, no, we have a great time. We do have a great time.
Can I help you there?
You can. Do you want to do that?
Of course.
There you go. I'll let you have that then.
Okay.
And I'm just going to get the heat gun on these.
Lovely.
Also, I've done, I've just put some black embossing powder on all those embellishments.
Lovely.
Thank you. You can come again.
Hey.
Very tidy.
Oh, wow. Wow. That is such a premium finish. Good technique. And with the actual design, it lends itself.
Yeah, oh, that's me where the pins just... I'll chase it in a minute. Do the butterfly.
Wow.
This is. There's our butterfly.
Yeah.
Oh, catch it. Oh, little tiny ones. They're just lovely.
Beautiful.
Got it?
Yeah.
One more.
2/3 of our words and squares have now gone, so we are fast approaching limited stock on that option, just to give you fair warning.
Okay, so a little bit of glue on there. So it doesn't take long, and I know you've got to wait for that paint to dry before you can go in and add extra detail, but you can be sticking these on as we're going. So let's go. Oh. It's got to be there. I think we'll go there.
Nice. And that,
see, that
black emboss just really jumps.
Lovely, isn't it?
Lovely contrast to the bright red and yellow-orange hues.
The screen, I don't normally use black, do I, Marie? I'm using it today. I've one up there. So that's just the waste out of one of the cogs.
And that's the beauty of mixed media. Have a play.
Yeah.
You can make the most of everything.
Oh, stuck to me.
Oh, okay, look. This is where we get real. With the words and squares, we got 2-minute queues on the phone lines and 75% of the stock's gone. We're 23 minutes into the show. Do you think it's going to last the hour? I don't think so. So it is in your basket. If it is in your basket, please, if you really want it, and only if you really want it, but if you do, my advice, press checkout now. The only reason I say that, if it jumps out of your basket, we have a surge and all our stock's gone, then you're going to miss out, and I don't want that to happen. So if you want it, now's the time to check out. Please do that.
Okay, so at this point I can't do anything else until that's totally dry.
Okay.
There is a little bit there. I say if I'd got more time I'd perhaps go in.
Yeah.
Once I've done that I could ink around it a little bit, I could put some gilding wax on, but going from a blank piece of board,
that's incredible.
That's where you're at.
So what we've got there, and you've given us all the tools. So if you are maybe a little bit apprehensive about starting your art journal journey, here you've got these beautiful MDF cutouts. You can use your existing stitch as well. So if you've got any flower embellishments you want to put on, and you can, with the MDF as well, the real beauty of the MDF, you can try different techniques. So heat emboss, adding colours, you can do that.
Absolutely.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Do you need me to let you get tidy up?
Would you mind? Yeah, I need to just wipe off a little bit. Thank you.
What we're going to do is have a quick recap, and we're getting straight back to Sandra. You can always go onto our website as well. Anytime you hear cues, great time to get onto the website, because what the website does, it allows you to jump the queue, and nobody's going to shout at you. That's a good thing. You won't get floor manager Shana shouting, "Hey, I've been queuing here for an hour." Okay, now have a look at the website. Have a stroll. If you want to get the stencils by themselves, if you're like me, you're struggling to choose between the two options, what you can do, you can get one option, and then the stencils, which are effectively the difference between the two options, you can get the stencils individually, if you so wish. All right, so what are we getting here? Firstly, can I just start with this art journal? And it is a quality art journal. You're getting beautiful words and imagery. All the imagery shown in the art journal is drawn by Sandra by hand. One thing, I'm going to see if we can, I'm sure we can. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up a page, and I want to show you the quality of the paper. Can you hear that? That's 300 GSM watercolour paper. The reason I say that from a crafting standpoint, from an artistic standpoint, it's so important, because not only have you got the most beautiful imagery, that you can, if you just wanted to take one of the pages out and incorporate it into some artwork, you can do that. If you want to mix and match, look at these lovely sentiments. Smile, your day will feel instantly brighter. Oh, or what about this? What are you waiting for? And here you've got this such unique imagery that Sandra brings you, the detail of her work, and it's instantly identifiable as Sandra's own work. I love this next one. Oh, 30% of the flowers and triangles, which is the option we're looking at the moment, has gone. Don't always rely on the past. You can determine your own future. That dragon is stunning. The movement, the flow. How are you going to colour your dragon? Do you know somebody who's a fan of a well-known show incorporating dragons? What about this? Oh, isn't that nice? Travelling around. Or if you want to create some beautiful inky backgrounds, you can do that. Time is precious. Make the most of it. And it is so true. Lovely sentiments, beautiful imagery in there as well, drawn by Sandra. You've got the embellishments included. So just to be clear what you're getting. So this is our flowers and triangle option. So you're getting those flowers, really nice geometric shapes, allowing you to build up the most beautiful backgrounds. Add some texture paste, use to emboss, use just little bits or use it as a whole. And then you've got these wonderful flowers. If you do want to layer up, you can. Great way to introduce punches of colour into your work. And then you've got the cutouts, the MDF. Now, these have all been pushed out. We will show you the picture of what you're getting there. But just quality, when you get it, you'll see the quality and you'll feel it when you work with it. £22.47 is your freedom price. You're saving £13.50. That is a win. Just have a look at the embellishments. These are the embellishments that you are getting. Look at the butterfly. Now, the embellishments are consistent. Whichever option you go for, you're getting the same embellishments, but they are stunning. So that wonderful butterfly. And these are consumables. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you were going to get both options. You might be thinking you want to give that as a present to somebody, take advantage of the savings, and then you've got all sets of the stencils. You've got double up on the MDFs, which you will use. There are a consumable. 75% of the stock has gone here. So you've got the words and the squares. Here you can see the stencils. Now, with the stencils, they are so usable. Great design. So can you imagine this? Adding some texture. Just use as a stencil. It's fine. If you want to add as an emboss, it works. Texture paste. Or with the words. Whoop. There we go. You can see. How great does that look? Or what about here? Again, beautiful words. If you want to see it in action, now see, that's the thing. Adding just that background with the words works. Adding the embellishments lifts any project. You're not using them all together, but what you are doing is those little accent points that make a huge difference. Maybe you've got some of Sandra's existing work that you want to incorporate in. Look at that. Adding the embellishments. It's the layer, and that is the crafter's trick. I don't care if you're a paper crafter, a journaler, maybe you like your artwork for the home or home decor. The key, and this is a fundamental principle that's consistent across all principles, is that dimension, adding the layers. I mean, it really is such a great way to add interest. Okay, so you're getting the art journal. I'm just going to show you a different art journal here. Have a look at this. Now, again, really making the most. That's very clever. Who is this by, Sandra?
Marie.
Marie, thank you. So Marie, using the embellishments, make the most. I love the words as well there. So she's just made the most of her journal. And then she's had some fun. And that is the key. Have some fun with it. You can mix and match the pages. And she's mixed it with some of Sandra's other collection, which is great. What about this? Now look at that. So you can see previously Sandra had this wonderful butterfly, so incorporated it in, even if that's such a simple technique, but looks so good as a background, really artistic. You've got scope here. Make it your own, and that's what I would say. Have some fun with it. If you are looking, maybe you've never, and I'm going to put my hand up here, I've never had an art journal. I love the principle because what it allows you to do, try different techniques. So if you've seen someone maybe on air show a technique, you can try it in your art journal, discover it, use it. It's your journey. It can be just for you or you can show other people. £24.97 is your price. There's a freedom discount of £22.47. £13.50, you're saving a phenomenal saving for something that is truly unique. That, to me, is what makes it special. You're getting the stencils, you're getting the embellishments, but you are getting a journal with hand-drawn artistic imagery by Sandra herself, and that's what makes it special. Now, 75% of this option has gone, your item number 412833. Again, you are getting these beautiful laser-cut embellishments, cut by Sandra herself. Sandra and hubby. We've got to get, what's your husband's name?
John.
John. Sandra and John. Cutting those out. He's working very hard. Okay, so again, these sold out. Busy. We got some stock. I do need to draw your attention to the fact we could only get a limited amount of stock because as it's Sandra and John, that's it, with the company, they've got to get some sleep. So we've got to be realistic. So if you do want to get hold of this on our restock, please don't hang around because once the restock's gone, that is it. You're not going to hear me say, now we're getting more. Has 40% of the restock gone? Okay. 40% of the restock's gone. We're 32 minutes in the show. I would say there is an extremely good chance this is going to sell out again. And once it has gone, it is gone. A lot of you have got it in your basket. Please, if it is in your basket, check out. The only reason I say that is it will jump out of 7 minutes. That is done automatically. And once it's jumped out, there is a danger. If we have a surge, we get busy, you won't be able to get it back into your basket. $9.99 your price, 400 289 your item number there. Now, you can get the journal by itself. If you just want to go for the journal, that is absolutely fine. We try and give an option for everybody. $15.99 for your journal, 20 sheets, you're 25 by 23 centimetres. You get some of the most beautiful, intricate, unique, hand-drawn designs by Sandra herself. You're also getting the plain front. Now that's great because it's good quality and it allows you, the point of the front cover, that is your scope, that is your blank canvas to decorate however you like. 332 your item number there, and then you get to have some fun on the inside. What are you going to use? Are you going to use maybe your aqua pens? We've got a great deal on aqua pens today. Maybe you're looking for a great project to introduce your aqua pens to. Or maybe you want to use your Pebeo, or maybe you want to use your acrylic paint. You get the idea. Watercolours, you can throw anything at them. So you can get the journal by itself. So what are we going to do?
Right, I've chosen an image and I've chosen a set of words to go with it because you can take it apart, you can choose what you want to do.
Brilliant.
In the background there are some little like splashes and it's almost to start you off with the background, and I've just covered a few of them as you can see with some drawing gum.
Oh, okay.
And that just once it dries you can leave it.
Some masking effect.
Yeah, paint over it and then rub it off after job done. So I'm gonna put some water on it.
Colours.
Yay!
It is. And I don't want to harp on about the point, but such good watercolour paper.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to source the right one.
Yeah.
If you're going to spend a lot of time colouring in or putting your work in here, you want to make sure that whatever you're putting it on is going to last. So
look, anyone who's ever bought an art journal in the past, I want to ask the question. When you consider you're getting original artwork that's hand-drawn, but also you're getting it on 300 GSM watercolour paper. I mean, that's seriously good stuff. How much are you going to pay? When you look at here, you're getting an £11 saving if you're not a Freedom member. If you're a Freedom member, that jumps to £13.50. Your delivered price, I can see the value.
Yeah. Now, you can see how it curls up. Please don't worry about that. Once it's dried, it'll be fine.
Of course.
And I've
that's just watercolour paper.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
I've put a lot of water on there. I've sort of left the middle because I, can colour that in a bit later. Let's go in with a bit of colour now. Actually, I might just go in because it's pale.
And the thing is, you need to have good watercolour paper to work with watercolours. I know it sounds obviously it sounds.
No, I know. Yeah, you do.
Look, the better the more water you can throw at the paper, then the more movement you get with your paints and your colours, and the better effects you can achieve.
That's right. I'm just mixing a few different colours there. I am using the Spectrum Aquas.
Yeah.
They go so well. And again, I'm sort of keeping with the same line. You don't have to, but...
So here with the aquas, you just put the aquas on your glass mat.
I've just put it on the mat,
using them as a watercolour.
Yeah. Or as you can see, it's quite a pale colour, so I have
put it on neat as well.
Yeah, you don't have to. Let's add a touch of green in.
Lovely. We have got details for the aquas at the bottom of your screen. You've got a really good deal on this at the moment. So you're saving £30, $45.94 your price. You're getting 4 packs of 6. You're also getting, now that should normally be £75, but stick with me on this because you're also getting a water tray, you're getting watercolour paper and you're getting a storage tray, kind of merge the two there. That storage tray would be $19.99. You would buy that because you need to store your aqua pens flat because they've got nibs at both sides. Great way to store your pens, and it looks good. And you can incorporate more pens into the mix too. But also you're getting the 15 sheets of watercolour card. That takes your price down to, I think it was £21 and some change, effectively in real terms. If you factor in the tray, you factor in your watercolour paper, which will be a consumable, and you will be getting. So all of that, I mean, that's fantastic value for £22.97. 078, that's your first flexi payment. 078 532, your item number.
Okay, I've taken it across that page as well because when it's in the book, I want it. So just giving it a bit of a dry off because I can't wait and I want to work on it now. I did throw a lot of water at it, so I would.
Lovely.
Right. Okay, what we can do with this, again, with the stencils, we can just go in with ink. But now I've dried it, I've got some texture paste, some gold texture paste. If I do it on this one, and then I can come back to that one in a minute. So if I go back over, let's find a palette.
Do you mind if I'm just flicking
no,
through?
No, please feel free. Yeah, it's just nice to see different ways of doing it, isn't it? Everybody's got a different version.
That's nice. Just really, while we're putting the texture paste in, just have a look at this. So this is Sandra's own journal. Just going through, adding the look at that. You've totally transformed. There's something slightly mystical, ethereal about the dragon, and then using the embellishment in the mix. What about this? Showing just what you can achieve with these beautiful designs.
Yeah, there's my doodling, of course. I have to doodle in it somewhere.
Beautiful. Sorry, I'll pop that down, but I just...
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's
it caught my eye and I was nosy.
Yeah, so I'm just going to put a little bit on just to give it a bit of... There we go. Now you can tape it down, but obviously we're...
Perfect.
There they are, so I can just leave that. I'm going to leave that to one side to dry. I'm not going to do anything else with that. We're coming back to this one. If I use the same stencil...
Yeah.
And go in with, she said, ink. Oh, making a mess.
So you can get the words and square stencils by themselves. $9.99 details are on your screen right now.
I've still got that texture paste on, but it's nice that it's going to
blend through.
And it just takes the page from just putting a little bit of paint over it, and now starts to add a little bit of depth there. And I like the fact, because I can take it out, I can go straight to the edge. Yeah. And I don't have to worry about not getting my stencil in there. Will it work, won't it work?
Nice.
So look at that, it's just a little bit there. That's okay, it doesn't matter.
It's okay.
Just a bit up here.
Now, how would you advise if we wanted to start bringing out the image? So here we started off and we've pulled the image back.
Yeah.
But you've done such a beautiful image here. If we wanted to add some colour and really bring that to the foreground and make that the feature of the page, how do we do that?
There's two ways you can do that. You can go in with the same paints that you used. I'll show you that first. And again, I'm going to put water in there. So let's go in with one of the flowers.
Yeah.
If I actually put some water over one of the flowers I want to paint there, it's got plenty of water on. Let's go in with a bit more watercolour. And then just let it bleed in. If you start from the centre, because that's where it's going to be the strongest.
Okay.
Just let it bleed out.
That's nice.
Chuck that green in the middle. Feels weird using green, but because it on the colour wheel it's totally opposite to red.
Yeah.
It's going to help with that shadow.
Yeah, yeah.
A touch more in. A bit more water off. And I always find it better you put the water on and then you bring the colour to it.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Again, you get that lovely bleed through.
Brilliant.
Because I want it to be watercolour. I don't want to go in too much detail. It's just going to give me a gesture almost. Yeah.
And we have had consistent cues throughout the whole hour, and we've still got those on our phone lines. A lot of people, you've got options in your basket, which are absolutely fine. Just to give you warning, though, that they do jump out after 7 minutes, and that's automatic. You can't do anything about that. So please, if you want whatever's in your basket, make sure to check out.
Okay, so you can see now that it's starting to come to the foreground.
That's nice.
So that's one way of doing it. You can keep the same. If you wanted to try something different, you've got pencils. Yeah. You can go in with pencils. Quite liking these colour tints at the minute. So let's go in with bit of green. So I'm trying to keep tidy. I'm sort of almost. So then if we go in. It's a lovely image, this is. Let's give it a little bit of definition there.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I'm not putting much on there, as you can see. I'll put it on the end. Because if you then go in, it's great using the back of your hand as a palette, isn't it? It's habit. I go in and touch a bit of water on that.
Is there any way, I'm just talking out loud, I'm not asking you to do this, but I'm just thinking, I love this texture paste that we've used here. So if we wanted to tie that in together, are we able to, is there a way of getting that, what I'm asking is trying to fit that into the design?
Yeah,
can you brush it on?
Yeah.
Can we? Can we see that?
Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
I'll take some of the water off.
Maybe just up here or just around the outside.
I mean, it's quite thick, so it's not going to spread as well as you would like, but you can actually go in.
Oh, I think that's okay.
Yeah.
That looks quite good. See, now the only reason I suggest that is because then here
it will
just tie in.
Yeah. I mean, you can go around the edge as well and use your waxes and things, and you can add metallics over the top.
And because you've given us such wonderful designs, so if you do want to go fantasy and really incorporate some fun colours, like with the dragon being a prime example, you can, but obviously with the chain and the watch, if you want to go steampunk, if you want to go verdigris, you can do that as well.
Do whatever you like. I've given you the starting point, so it's almost it's the inspiration. I've taken away that white page that seems to scare people at times. They're not sure what to do with it.
Lovely.
So I've given you something to work with.
And what a great starting point.
Yeah. I mean, having said that, there are some, I think there are 4 pages in the book that are plain. So once you've had a go and you've done a few bits and pieces, you can actually then say, oh, I'm going to have a go and try something.
Can you doodle, as we saw your beautiful doodles, or, that sounded odd to say, or you've also got, if you've got existing stash, maybe your stamps or stencils, you can have some fun.
Absolutely. So you see that, it's just adding a touch in.
Yeah.
So I've started now, so you know it's like you've got to finish everything.
Yeah, of course.
But it gives it a little bit in there.
I like it. Just an idea. Crofton, go, while you are doing that, I've got to show everyone something.
That's fine. I'm just going to rub this masking fluid off.
Okay. Now look at this. Can you just tell us the story behind this?
Yes, a really lovely lady named Julie brought one of my books. It's from the Timepieces book.
I remember it well.
In the gallery.
Eye, that mystical eye,
the back of the book has got an image that looks exactly like that. And I opened that on Christmas afternoon.
And Julie sent that to you?
She sent it to me. It's a gift.
Julie, I know you're watching this. The whole team will huddle around taking a look. That is exceptional.
Absolutely beautiful.
Really, really, really stunning work. Thank you so much.
And I do wear it. It's lovely.
Saying that, that's absolutely fantastic. And that's something you're going to treasure.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely.
I got an email in.
Yeah. Oh.
So this is from Wendy saying, good afternoon, Sandra and Yanis. Hello, Wendy. I purchased the timepieces and other curiosities last year, and wow, I don't know how you produce the watercolour art books for that price. As a watercolour landscape artist, I know how expensive good grade, that's what I was talking about, good grade watercolour paper is. Your artwork is so amazing. Love it. I can't stretch to your new book today, but rest assured it will be on my list for future purchases. Keep all your hard work up, Sandra. You're a wonderful lady.
Oh,
and that's from Wendy.
Thank you, Wendy. It was lovely.
I'm so glad you emailed in, Wendy, because it's a good point. It's something I wanted to get across. The quality of the watercolour paper in the art journal, coupled with the unique designs that you're giving, value for money, I think, is exceptional.
Yeah. Well, if I'm using it, and I want it to be spot on, and it just shows off the artwork beautifully. If it was on anything less, then you wouldn't get a good quality piece of artwork out of it. So I could go on that for a while now. You see, I've taken away the masking fluid, and it shows up quite white there. So I could perhaps go in and add colour or put a shadow. But I'm gonna leave it there because there's other things I want to show.
That's fine.
But it just sees that you can, you know, it's drying off, it's flattening out as I said it would. And then do what you like, stencil on it, doodle on it, whatever you want to do on it.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome.
We are busy at the moment. We're just going to give you a recap of what we got on the show. First time we're seeing it. You can become a Freedom member. If you see any Freedom discounts and you're like, I want a Freedom discount, discount? Well, if you want to become a Freedom member, easy way to do it. It costs you £6.97, but there's some major perks. For instance, you get unlimited standard delivery. How much are you going to save on your standard delivery? Also, exclusive member discounts. You get your members badge and your monthly newsletter. All of that, £6.97 a month, but hopefully it will save you a lot of money. Got to be quick here because we're going to get back to Sandra. So you've got two different options. Each option contains this fantastic art journal. So in the art journal, you're getting a beautiful mix of sentiments, which you can see here, and wonderful imagery. It's on 300 GSM watercolor paper. Really good. You can just hear it. You can hear the quality. You're also getting, and you're getting 20 sheets in there, you're getting these two stencils. So this is our flowers and triangles in the mix. You're getting embellishments as well, these wonderful MDF embellishments, beautiful designs, great quality. So all of that for £22.47 if you are a Freedom member. I'm just going to show you one page from the Art Journal book, but this is my favourite page. Actually, I'll show you two. Look at this. This dragon, I've fallen in love with this dragon. And do you know what? I just want to have a go at that dragon. Imagine variegating the colours, just blending them, graduating them through. You can even have an effect. He could be firing some fire out of his mouth if he wanted. Or what about this? Going travelling. It just goes to show the scope. Beautiful illustrations. This is what Sandra was working on, just to give you an idea of finished inspiration, bringing that imagery to the forefront. But this is all hand-drawn by Sandra herself. They're wonderful illustrations, so detailed. And then you've got the sentiments in there too. Half the stock has gone here. Details on your screen, 614635. We've got another option for you. So the only difference is the stencils. This is our words and squares. You're still getting the fantastic art journal. You're still getting these beautiful MDF cutouts. The only difference is, this is the only variation, you've got the squares and your words as stencils. But incorporating them in, I mean, just have a look at those embellishments. They are stunning. Really nice MDF embellishments. And then if I open up, you can see introducing the stencil, it really adds a dynamic. There we've got our dragon. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? Or it's using the flower background. Our other set. Let me just get to you here. Look at that. So you can mix and match. You can start incorporating some of your existing stash as well. Right, so can I just say 75% of the stock has gone here. Details are on your screen, 412-833, your item number there. We do have another option for you. So they're the MDF embellishments. They're different to the ones you're getting in these options, so don't feel you're going to get any doubles. You've got a wonderful mix of MDF embellishments. Look at this. Got to show, this is actually a piece of jewellery. Now, half the stock of the restock has gone, and once that is out, it is out. Oh, you could be making something like that. Let me just show you all the embellishments that you are getting. All of those. You're getting nice words, you're getting beautiful designs, you're getting corners in the mix as well. $9.99 your price, 400-289 your item number. We already sold out once. We're over 50% of the stock of our restock, and once that's gone, bye-bye, it's gone. Right, now, we have got the stencils by themselves. So if you do want to get the stencils on their own, you can do that. Flowers and triangles. Beautiful stencils, nicely thought through. You can use them in such a multitude of ways. $9.99 your price, 799-155 your item number there. Or we got the words and squares for you. Just taking a look, there they are, words and squares, $9.99 your price, 168-927 your item number there. What are we doing there, Sandra?
Oh, I've been a bit busy. I've taken some of the MDF embellishments out of the starter kit, and I'm just about to heat tool on them. I've just put a bit of black on, that's all I've done, but I want to show you what you can make. It's going to be stunning. I'll be as quick as I can with this.
Okay. They turn quickly as well.
They do, yeah. And it's nothing special, I've just used black. I'd perhaps double emboss if I'd got a bit more time, but...
That's okay. I know we're rushing this.
This is just beautiful how you can do this. There we go. So you could do, actually, whilst I'm doing that, if you want to put a touch of gilding wax on.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there you are.
There you are,
yeah, look. There we are, teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Almost there. Enjoying that? It's great. Looks great. Go for
I just realised I wasn't saying anything. I'm sorry. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to keep a bit of the black through there. I went too heavy on one of the cogs. So
That's all right.
I was trying to concentrate. And then I realised I'm on TV.
Yeah, no, sorry, it took a while, but I wanted to show you from scratch there with that again.
Now, just to say, we are experiencing some issues. I know there are a few of you at home you're having troubles actually checking out online. I'm so sorry. We're looking into it on our end. I can only apologise. You know what you can do? If you're really struggling, I'm sorry, I know it's a bit of a faff, you can call our call centre and they can process your order through. But I am sorry, and we are working on it, I promise.
Okay. But, I've drawn around. I've drawn on the main shape with a piece of card.
Okay.
And twice. So I've got a black one.
Lovely.
And I've got a gold one. So
Beautiful.
I'm just going to stick those two together. Look, I've even numbered it left and right, so I know which way I'm going.
We've got a minute left on the show.
We can be quick with this.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I've done those bits.
Okay, thank you very much. Well done.
Good job.
Just left you there you go.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So I quickly stick that on there. I've got a pin on the back.
Yeah.
Stick that onto there.
Uh-huh.
I'll take the larger cog.
30 seconds.
Here we go.
Listen, if we are struggling, we've got a show together at 7 and we can show the finished inspiration there.
Absolutely, rather than rush it.
We won't
Let's
rush it,
do
so
it.
please tune in. If you haven't got, I know we come off Freeview, so if you're not on Sky, you can still watch us on Facebook Live. So, and also, Sandra will post it. Can we follow you on social media?
Yes,
How do we do it?
Sandra Rushton, artist.
Sandra Rushton, artist, and she'll post pictures.
I will do, yeah,
post a
I will
picture
do,
there
yes,
as well.
absolutely.
Sandra, thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you, thank you. You made a mess and everything.
You get one of those. Boom.
Thank you.
Hope you've enjoyed it as well. Another fantastic hour just around the corner. So, coming up next, we have our Desire Classique, brought to you by the Classique Lizzie. Then we've got Pebio one-day special, and then die cutting with Desire, our one-day special. Ooh, cannot wait. Lots to enjoy. See you in a moment.
Hello, I'm Shelley from Craft Creations. Craft Creations has been around for 30 years. It started off in the director's bedroom, just a few card blanks, and we've grown and grown. We now manufacture die-cut decoupage, we do our printing, we manufacture card blanks and peel-off stickers as well. We love coming on Hochanda to bring you all of our products to show you just how to make some really beautiful cards. One of the things that we are really famous for is our peel-off stickers. So we have the gold label peel-off sticker range. We have lots of different colours, plain colours, glitter colours, literally every single colour under the sun. So make sure you don't miss the Craft Creation shows here on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Hayley from Craft Yourself Silly, and we're really excited to still be working with you guys here on Hochanda. We were there from the very, very beginning, and we're still bringing you lots of really exciting soft crafts. We design and manufacture all of our kits and all of our fabrics here in the UK, and we love bringing them to you. So if you're an experienced sewer or you're just starting out in soft crafts and sewing, join us. There's tips and fabrics for everybody. Make sure you don't miss our shows and come and craft yourself silly on Hochanda.
Hello there and welcome back. Welcome back for what is going to be an incredible hour. And the reason I say that is because I know earlier on I was here with Lizzie and we had a very busy hour during that hour
We
too.
did. I'm not surprised because the whole lot is beautiful, isn't it? It's actually our producer's favourite.
Well, this is it. And I have to say, these are beautiful designs. I was trying to think about this earlier on and I'm pretty sure I haven't seen these before. It's probably just the way that it's fallen.
Yes.
Because I know they're not brand new to us. But it's the first time I've experienced this. And I have to say, they're delightful. Really pretty.
They are, you're right, they are delightful. And because of all the technology involved, everything is mixed, it matches together. But then we've got something that's really brand new in the craft world, which is the 3D embossing folders that go with them. But the fact is, you know, they all stand alone. All the items in the show stand alone. The dies, particularly for me, are beautiful, aren't
Gorgeous.
they? They're detailed, they're lacy, they're practical as well. And you can see straight away how they're going to add something to everything that you make, whether it's cutting out the flowers or adding that lacy border or putting a little swirl here and there behind something. Everything is going to mix and match. You know, we've got the window in there as well. So, you know, if you don't have to get everything, it's nice if you can, but everything works independently. Isn't
now
that
here we've got this
beautiful?
beautiful rose featuring here. Now this is actually embossed, three-dimensionally embossed, and then die cut.
That's right. So, and the great thing is the dies fit perfectly over that to actually get that effect. And of course, you know, you're layering up the colours of the inks as well. That isn't hand painted. That's just layers of different coloured ink pads,
so
which is so clever and so classy and so accurate. You don't have to have an ology in any of this to be able to create something really stunningly beautiful.
And of course, roses, flowers, perfect for any occasion.
Absolutely. And what we're seeing there in the front there, that is the one of the oval dies that we've got. We've got 3 in that collection of the actually Parisian mirror dies. So you can see there's a huge collection of dies here, and for that amount of money, that's incredible value,
isn't it? Just
considering these are really in effect bang up to date.
Well, this is it.
But they're not going to date. That's the thing.
Because
they're classic for a reason, aren't they?
Exactly.
Because they're going to always be on trend, always be a delight to you when you pick them up in your craft room, and they're always going to add something. Doesn't matter whether you use them together or separately, they're going to add that little finishing touch to something, even if it's just a little butterfly.
Beautiful.
The thing is, you've got the essentials there. You've got the butterflies, you've got the lacy, you've got the swirls, so you've got everything that you need. It is an essential kit of dies, really.
It is. And you mentioned earlier on those embossing folders. This again, there's an embossing folder depicting this window.
Yes.
But the die.
It fits over the top.
Fits over the top.
Isn't that clever?
Beautiful.
It's really well thought through. So you've got those choices of whether you want to use it or not. And because of the depth of the embossing, you can add that extra colour without touching any of the other part of your card because it's raised so high. That's the great thing.
And then, of course, you've got the die that you can use on its own independently.
Absolutely. So again, you've got that choice. You know, you could put a little sentiment behind there. That could be a picture of a married couple behind there, or a new baby to the family. It's really quite nice to have something like that that the recipient can open up. And it's nice to have something it's almost kinetic in a way, isn't it? That you can play with it. You can close the doors or open it up, and you know, you as the crafter can add your acetate if you wanted to. You could even add perhaps something like rice paper, where you've got that sheerness, like almost like a curtain. So the choices of being able to use the dies together with the embossing folders, together with the stamps, it really is a whole concept. And to be perfectly honest, if you're a new crafter, if this is something you've just discovered, if it's something that you think, you know what, I would love to have a go at this, this is a great collection, because every box is ticked. You've got the background making here with the, because all of this is the embossing folder. It's just been highlighted with pens to make it stand out. So you've got everything that you need as a brand new crafter to make this.
Beautiful.
You know, you just need a little coloured pens, maybe, if you want to highlight the colours. Everything is there for you. So it's a great collection.
In there as well.
Yeah, and you know, it's those little finishing touches which makes your cards special, makes them professional, and also because these dies are absolutely brilliant at cutting, which I know what's supposed to do, but you get that lovely crisp look. You know, with the lace that stays in the cardstock. If you wanted to, you can cut it out, but you've got the choice of, and that's what I like, a bit of a choice, Hayley.
And I have to say, with this line, if you can stretch to going for the dies as well as the embossing folders, this really does show how useful those embossing folders are, because here, this is obviously marrying up perfectly with the window, but in the embossing folder, you've got the grasses, you've got the brickwork there, you've got the gorgeous trailed effect here. Obviously, it's enhanced further with the dies, but of course, it gives you that kind of grindstone to build up from with that.
And it's not only that, Hayley, because even if you took away all of that above my hand, look, you've got the most perfect brick wall and grass. Now think about things like Humpty Dumpty, or maybe you've got a pussycat die, or maybe there's a little dog photograph that you want to put there. You know, and think of all the things that you could add to just that brick wall. You know, the thing is, it's always looking at something and then breaking it down.
I love it.
Yeah, it makes everything stretch that little bit further. That's why I think this is a great collection for a new crafter, because you've got all those different options in there. And look, the only thing we've added is a ribbon. Now, you may well have a couple of bits of ribbon in your stash already, or a button, or maybe a little silver embellishment. Maybe you were watching Sandra in the last show, and she had the wooden little MDF elements. They would go with these. So you have to look what you've got, look what you're going to get, and think, well, actually these will go all together. But quite honestly, you don't need to, because everything on that card has been created using the entire collection.
And I have to say, it is a beautiful collection. I was going to make that the last one, but I've just spied another one on this show.
They are beautiful.
Look at this.
I mean, just, you know, come on. That is beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous?
And everything that you need to create it, we've got, apart from the ribbon, and that's something we don't do. But you've got the stamp, you've got the embossing folder, which takes you all around there, you've got the window, you've got the extra die, should you wish to actually create that frame as well. Gorgeous. So, you know, you can start creating something quite unique, beautiful.
Well, this is it, and the beauty is you are going to be able to get hold of all of those dies, all 14 of them, and save £19.98. Individually, those dies are £9.99. You'll find them on the website. By all means, you can order them that way. But bear in mind that while you're buying 3, the extra 2 are almost as a bonus, because that's what £19.98 would normally cost you. 701209 being your item number if you fancy getting hold of those. And as Lizzie quite rightly said, everything in the show perfectly coordinates together. So do check out everything else before you check out your baskets. Now, we have had some issues with regards to the website and checking out your baskets. If you are having a problem, perhaps just bear with us, or make a note of that item number. Give our call centre a call. They're really lovely people. They'll be more than happy to take your order from you. 01733 602000 if you need that number. And those stamps, Lizzie, that you were talking about, we've got those in a brilliant bundle.
Yeah, I tell you what, we've absolutely crammed solid the stamps on each sheet, and you can't believe how many you're getting. And the great thing about these are that they are some of them are layering stamps, which means that you start off with a lighter layer, perhaps go for a more medium shade, and end up with a darker shade. And that way you're adding, again, you know, with the 3D embossing folders, we're doing it for you.
Yes.
This time you're doing it for yourself because
Okay.
you're choosing your colours and you're making whatever you're stamping then become 3D.
So that stamp that we're just looking at there, where you've
Yes.
got that kind of shadow element of a
Yes.
rose, you've got the solid kind of deep purple look on there, or
Yes.
dusky pink.
Uh-huh.
One would layer on top of the other. And in
Ever
fact, you've
so
got three
easy.
there, haven't you, to work together?
That's right. So the real solid one, the real dark purple one, that's your base layer.
Okay.
I would suggest you do that in your lightest, let's say pink.
Okay.
The second one with just that little squiggle cut out on the top right, that's your second layer. Again, go for a medium colour, entirely up to you. The top layer, which looks like a cobweb, that is the one that's going to give you the depth and dimension of the flower.
see.
It's quite incredible how technology has
clever.
moved on to allow us to do that.
And that illustrates it perfectly.
Absolutely perfectly. And then, of course, we've got the die that you pop over the top to cut it out. You don't even have to hand cut it. Everything's
Isn't
been
that clever?
done. Yeah,
and of course,
it's
you've got
super.
all the leaves featuring with those
Yeah.
stamps. Again, the leaves featuring on the dies, making it really easy. And
Yeah.
of course, those lovely swirls that you can put in between. And of course, the beauty of having those different stamps means that if you want to, you can make each layer behave differently. So
Yeah.
on here, that final layer has just been used with a little bit of clear embossing powder.
And of course, you know that's what makes a difference, doesn't it? And you know, as you progress through your crafting journey, you'll pick up all these things. You know, at first, you'll think, oh, I may not need that. But then when you see something like this example here, you think, oh, hold on a minute, I think I quite like that. So maybe you'll then start going up that step. But the original concept, the original design is what you're going to get, and you will be able to do that. You've probably already got inks in your stash, if I know you guys. I know I have. And we kind of collect them. Now, look, you see that stamp there? Look at that.
That is lovely, isn't it?
Isn't that beautiful? 3 different colours of green. It's just a little fern, but it makes it into a little forest there. Of course, that sentiment's on the stamp collection as well. But a lovely, simple,
love this
clean card. I really like clean cards.
Look at this, the jar.
Isn't that beautiful?
And this jar could be anything because of the design of it. It could have paintbrushes in there. It could have knitting needles in there. It could have whatever you want it to have.
Absolutely. And of course, think about incorporating your glossy accents or your glitters or your sparkle sprays to make that glass jar maybe twinkle a little bit when the light catches it. And look at the background that's been created here using the butterflies as well. You know, everything works together. Look at the sentiments there. You know, there's nothing you need to think about because it's all there for you. You just need your basic cardstock. And even if you've only got white cardstock but you've got inks, you can create any colour you like. Isn't that beautiful?
That is gorgeous. And that's kind of using those more chalky style, maybe the oxides you could use with these.
Exactly. I love the effect of them. But I also love the fact we've got the like the sheen card over the top. So again, you're adding textures. You've got dimension going on, but you're also adding texture as well because that's a bit like a touchy-feely card, isn't it? You want to touch it. And of course, it will catch the light. But again, look, the ovals are being used in here again. That makes the original perfect. Absolutely. Then we've used the stamps and the die to cut these roses out. The embossing folders. So the whole lot, the whole 3 collections have come together there. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it's great for a new crafter if you haven't yet, or you've got some bits and pieces, but actually some of them really don't go together, but you love them all, so you're having to add things to them to make them work. Here, you've got everything, and that way you know it's going to work. It doesn't matter what you pick up, it's going to absolutely do the business and make yourself some professional-looking cards.
Now we are busy. We've got queues on the phone, so apologies if you've caught upon those phones. We will try to get you as soon as we possibly can, but why not add this item number to your wish list? 285748. That will mean that you will be able to get hold of those fabulous stamps working alongside those wonderful dies that we've seen already, and of course the embossing folders that we are yet to show you, because as we saw with all those finished samples, lots of embossing folders, 2 different sets that we are going to be able to share with you, and again, brilliant deals. In fact, let's show you those now. Up on the screen there you can see you've got 2 different sets. This is the first one, your Country Garden collection, a lovely collection, as I'm sure you'll agree, depicting the window, as you can see there, that lovely swirly frame, butterflies featuring on that third one, all for £15.97. Equally, you can get hold of those on the website individually, but the biggest saving is when you go for them all together, so it might be worth considering. Second bundle that we've got for you, this one is entitled Beautiful Bouquets, and you can see there your roses, your lace featuring with these as well, and of course this is where you'll see the little jam jar featuring too, so if you have gone for the stamps, then this is going to be a perfect edition. £15.97 again, 269 386 if you're wanting to go for those. And it's very easy for you to either shop online. The website, as we say, if you're having problems with that, give us a call. But perhaps add all those little extra elements into your basket, because it means that you kind of extend your usability with these.
Well, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
As a crafter, that appeals to me. I don't want to be having to search around for other things. I want it all to work all at the same time. Right, so right, let's explain what I'm doing. That'd be good, wouldn't it? I've got one of the 3D embossing folders here. It's actually the one with the doors, or sorry, I beg your pardon, with the window. There we go, with the window in there. I'm going to emboss that, you can see, with just plain white card. And I'm going to layer up. Now this time I'm going to get a really deep emboss because I'm adding my magnetic sheet.
Oh, I see, right, okay.
Yeah, you'll see the difference it makes. The thing to do, if you don't have the Gemini, look at your manufacturer's instructions and have a play.
And it can be trial and error. I found that sometimes with dies on different machines.
I've used sheets of copy paper before now to actually, you know, mount it up and get it right. So let's just pop that to one side. So there we go.
Oh,
now,
wow.
let's see, shall I keep it like that? So look at that. Now you can see you've got all the grass going along the bottom there. This is the brick wall. Whether you keep it is entirely up to you. May not appeal to you today with the card you're making. Then you've got all this beautiful detailed work. Now you can see where all those colourful flowers have come from. That's gone around the border there. Now you can see the detail of the window. It could be plain white, could be wrought iron, it could be all sorts of things. But you can see also the curtains underneath. Now I'm just going to turn this around, because the great thing is you can now see very, very clearly the different depths of that embossing. Now that's what's going to make the difference to your cards. That's what's going to make your cards look incredible, and you've hardly done a thing.
Nice and
you
easy.
don't have to own up to anything, because nobody's going to know. But look at all the detail there. Now, if I just pop a little bit of ink on this, because I actually want to cut the window so you can see how it layers together, because it's all very well us saying it, but let's see if it works. So I'm just going to put some ink on here just to bring out some of the detail, and then we can see how that all pops.
And this is where you can see those different levels, the 3 different levels that you've got with regards to that embossing, because you've got certain areas where obviously the ink is going to hit the highest layers first, and then kind of go into the lower layers afterwards.
Absolutely, because look, as I'm blending in, you can see that the ink is barely touching that brick wall at the back. So my foliage has come out, and that's the sort of effect that the team have wanted, and they've absolutely achieved it.
Such a clever way.
Isn't it gorgeous? And of course, it's really nice to actually create something that gives you so much satisfaction. And I just love the fact it almost looks like the light is switched on at the back, and you know, it's just delicious. So then again, let's just pull that grass
it's
out.
just touching on the grass and not behind.
Exactly, and that's what's going to make it stand out. And we'll just do a little bit on the brick wall, because I don't want to labour over this. But that brick wall is set back, so when you think about it on a picture, I'll just move that around. You know, if you took a picture, the grass would be at the front, the brick wall at the back, and you can see how just by a simple bit of ink, I'm not suggesting you do that, but it shows you what you can achieve. Now, if I was to now cut the die, so we'll get the window out.
And this is going to marry up perfectly with that?
Yes, it will. Well, we'll give it a go, Hayley. We'll see what happens. Yes, it does. And I will actually put my tape on, because you know, things swim about as they get through the machine. Yes. So let me think. I need my latte sheet. That's the one I'm missing. So we'll just pop that on there. Get my inks out of the way, pop that through, and again, of course, you can emboss these as well. In fact, shall we do that? We'll go that extra step. Well, it's a choice thing, isn't it?
Well, this is
I think so. You know, we give you the opportunity. It's up to you whether you do it or not.
That's it.
So, because I always put my die face down into the bottom board, all you need to do is flip it over, and then you've got the cut side facing you, and you can see straight away it's just a beautiful emboss. So we'll take away that magnetic sheet, pop that over there, and we'll grab the embossing mat, and that just goes over the top. And it never does cut through. You always think it might, but it never does. It's a bit of magic, really, isn't it?
Just those little accents. It's just adding that extra little bit.
Yes, it is. And also you've got to remember it pushes the die, the cardstock further into the die. So, you know, it's always a good thing if you're having a little difficulty with a particular die you might have in your stash. It's sometimes a good idea to emboss it because it just pushes that through a little bit more. So there we go.
Oh,
Let's
look at this.
Get rid of my bits. It is quite beautiful, isn't it? It really is. Now I need to trim this away, so let's just... My low tack is now not low tack. And let's push the windows out. And of course you know, Hayley, that there's always a... there's always a place you can push these through, so probably there.
Like a little release hole.
Yeah, so we'll just sort of ease that out. Let's do it that way, it might be easier.
And that's allowing you to kind of break that seal.
Exactly. And of course the other thing is you can decide whether you cut this that you leave it into the cardstock or you cut it out like I'm going to do.
Well, this is it, because again it's putting the choice back in your hands. Really.
Yes.
You can make the decision of whether you want it to sit within the cardstock, as Lizzie's got here. Take your scissors and take it away.
Yes.
Have it as a topper on its own, or then build it up on top of the embossed layer that we've already seen you create.
Exactly. So there we are. And actually, I'll tell you what, another little trick, because I won't do it now, is just to tap everything onto your counter, and that releases it a little bit as well. So there we are. So I'll just get my scissors and we'll just give this I'll just do it a little bit bigger than the actual window itself.
And is that so as you can keep the kind of hinge aspect?
Yes, you notice that, and also it gives me another little piece an extra piece to glue it on with as well. So let's just cut that away. There we go.
It's a good tip.
Well, it's always useful, isn't it, these little things? So let's get our bits and bobs. Get our embossed piece nice and flat. So there we are. Now, what you can do here is that you can actually... Let's do it. Now, I say it, and then I think, oh, I better do it. Is to, with this, I keep going to say doors, but of course it could be either.
It could be, yes.
Is just to put a little bit of colour on that as well, and that then makes that stand out. That could be the sort of look that you're trying to get, more vintagey. It's entirely up to you. This is the great thing, isn't it? You can choose whether that's what you want to do, and if it's not, then you try something else.
That's it. I can imagine a little bit of acetate behind these.
Oh, wouldn't that be lovely?
Christmas, you might be using some of your iridescent glitter to give it a frosty look.
Gorgeous. I mean, the thing is, that's the thing, isn't it? You'll get to know what you like. We all. I don't know about you, Hayley, but when I first started card crafting, I tried absolutely everything. And then you kind of find your own little niche, don't you? You find what you like and what suits your style. So what we can do then, it's going to get a bit mucky here, but all we need to do then is just pop that down onto our piece there, and tacky glue would be good for this. I'll get that out in a sec. And all I want to do is just attach that to that. Now, at some point or other, sorry, I've got a bit of tape attaching to myself here, is at some point you want to decide whether you're going to have those windows out or not, and you just need to then bend your little piece there and work out how you're going to... In fact, it should go the other way.
Hinge, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and if I'd left a little bit more, that would have been useful.
That's okay.
But you get the idea, and you can see how that's going to work. And you've still got the curtains behind there, but also what you can do is pop a little photograph in there as well, or you could even cut that away and just leave the sort of art shape for your window to go onto. But that is the perfect match.
Isn't that
for
beautiful?
your...
It just shows that it marries up perfectly.
It absolutely does. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
Now, of course, if you want to get a hold of those dies, we've got the details at the top of the screen. We've got the details at the bottom of the screen for those embossing folders. They work together beautifully. And, of course, if you're going for one and then you're adding the other in, it's just £1 extra with your post and packing. Keep an eye on that post and packing, though, because you might be tempted by those dies as well. You might be tempted by some of that luxury cardstock that we've got on the show as well. And as soon as that post and packing starts heading towards £6, you might want to consider becoming a Freedom member if you're not already. And you'll find all details about that on the website. 888 being the item number for your Freedom membership. But if you're wanting the dies, let me give you those details. It's 701209. You're going to get 5 dies totaling 14 individual dies there, featuring the fabulous window that we've just seen in action, those gorgeous Parisian mirrors in there as well. You've got your roses in there, your gorgeous corners that kind of morph into a frame. And then, of course, you've got, I forgot what the last one is now. Oh, it's the butterflies. The butterflies and the lace. Beautiful. £29.97. Now, those dies individually would be £9.99. So for the equivalent of 2 of those, you are getting that special price. It's almost like you're paying for 3 and you're getting 2 as a bonus. 701209. And with that saving, why not take advantage of those embossing folders? Because you'll still have a few pennies in there, well, a few pounds actually in your pocket, won't you? If you spend some of that saving on those there at the bottom of your screen. 513393. Now, talking of which, those embossing folders, what are you up to with those?
I need to show you a couple of things again.
Okay.
So, well, if you don't mind me showing you a couple
you carry on.
Just making assumptions here. So I've got my base plate, I've got my opaque plate and my magnetic sheet. And I'm just going to run this through with some silver mirror card. This is the butterfly one.
This is pretty. You've got that lovely swirl and you've got that lattice work in the background.
Exactly. And again, this is one that you can actually pop your dies over the top of that. You know, we've got the dies that stay in the cardstock.
Yes.
So once you've actually, in fact, I would probably cut and then emboss.
Okay.
Because you'd lose perhaps some of the embossing once you run it through the machine. So in actual fact, I'll tell you what, let me do it first. Let me just get on with it and emboss it.
Sorry, that's me bringing that die in.
No, you're right to do that. So, hold on, that's it. And, yeah, so you can actually use the die over and then that applies also to the window as well. We just saw the butterflies, obviously. So you've got the choice again. And, of course, it's a piece of technology, let's say, that you may not have thought that you'd be able to get as a new crafter, which I think is amazing. So this is the butterfly.
Oh wow! Oh, look at the sparkle.
Yeah, let me just turn. Now that's our really, oh gosh, what's it called? The special cardstock. The
luxury cardstock with the
luxury
mirror and the glitter and the satin
and
finish.
the satin finish. Isn't that absolutely incredible? And the other thing, what you can do is that you can get your butterfly, which is this one here. And you can place that over the top. In fact, let me turn it round to the plain side so you can see it without any glare. But you can place that over the top of, see the butterfly there?
You can indeed.
Place it over there. And we know from this morning, Hayley, that that middle section stays put.
Okay.
It doesn't get cut out.
That's true, yes.
So then what you can do then is, with something like this, you cut it over the top like that. You pop it over the top, cut it, and then now those butterfly wings lift up.
Oh, lovely.
Now, I'm not suggesting you do the whole thing with mirror card, but maybe the mirror card could be underneath that opening.
That's a nice
and
idea.
That's what's going to sparkle. And the glitter card, oh, that glitter card is amazing. So it just shows now, if I turn this back again, I want you to try and see the actual level of embossing again on this. In fact, that's not bad. Can you see the depth, for instance, of that butterfly?
You've got the deepness that you've got within the actual wings. Now, but it seems that is deeper than the actual little kind of trellis work.
Exactly, and the flowers as well. Is that better? The flowers as well are not as deeply embossed as this.
Yes.
So when you and the trellis likewise. So if you look into your garden, you're going to see that's what you're going to see.
Yes.
You're going to see the fence at the back and the shrubs in front, and maybe the butterfly near the window is going to be in full focus. And that's really what that is doing, which I just you know, it's incredible, isn't it? The technology behind that.
That's what Crafters Companion do. They bring us new technology with regards to crafting, pushing the limits all the time, and of course make it nice and easy for us, because all we need to do is pick up the phone and place the order. Could be simpler, couldn't it?
And all that, you know, we say it a lot, but all that work's been done. We just reap the benefits of it, don't we? And enjoy the fact that it's taken months and months and months of planning. So I've got some lovely cardstock here that I can sand down, and again, this is a lovely simple technique that you can use, but so effective, Hayley. I never tire of things like this. Never tire of it, because it's always that wow moment, isn't it?
That's right, and these embossing folders are perfect. I'm guessing if you've not got a lot of time to craft, or you need to make a card in a hurry, or maybe you're making cards to resell, you don't want to be spending, I know sometimes when we're making cards we can spend days working on a card for a special occasion.
Oh yes,
but if you're making cards to sell, you don't want to spend that length of time, because it's not kind of good time management with regards to kind of business sense, is it? So making quick and easy cards that you can perhaps make 3 or 4 within an hour. is even better value.
Absolutely. Now, I was going to do that a little bit, but I have actually done one earlier, so I'll put that to one side. But as soon as you pop a sanding block, you can get some blocks at some sanding paper that's as smooth as this, and it depends what you've got in. Go and raid the garden shed, ladies. But just go and have a little look. But, you know, what we do is just gently, 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 and start off gently. Now, the great thing is with this embossing folder and this sort of cardstock, again, it's just going to pick up the highest of details. So if I just speed up a little bit.
Oh, you can see that with those swirls and those elements of the butterfly, and those the highest points, the raised bits.
So do you see the fence? I'm hardly touching that fence at all. Yeah. And even when we come down to the roses here, it'll be interesting because we'll definitely be picking up the butterfly, but not so much the roses. And that is such a great, great example of the depth or the height of the embossing and how effective that looks so quickly. Look at that, it's beautiful. And yet, how would you have done that otherwise? Because that is as clean can be. Yeah. So you still got the depth of the colour, but that now you're getting this wonderful lighter shade coming through so easily without any effort. And the thing is, I mean, I'm using special cardstock. You don't have to do that. If you paint your own backgrounds or ink your own backgrounds, all you need to do is kind of sand it back to the white. So you're still going to get that same effect. So now we've done a little bit of work, we ought to put a card together.
Okay.
So I've got some bits and bobs here, things that has already been prepared, which is fabulous. So, well, let's build this up. I've got a special little thing there that I mustn't forget about. So we need to sort of build it up, like I say. And a big tip is keep just to 2 colours. I always say that.
You like that, don't you? You do. Keep it nice and simple.
I think it's very, very effective.
It's very classy look, isn't it? Just the 2 colours.
And actually, it's easy to plan.
Yes.
Because, you know, some people, I mean, I'm one of them, we struggle with colours, what to put together. Now, this is Leanne's favourite glue.
And we've got a brilliant bundle. It's almost like a tester set where you've got a variety of different glues and adhesives that Crafter's Companion bring to us.
That's good, yeah.
It's a brilliant price, I have to say. It's a good way of testing out. I think you've got your tape runner in there, you've got your tacky glue in there, the collal glue that we've seen there, 3-dimensional glue, they're all in there.
Yeah.
And you kind of get one of each.
Yes.
So rather than kind of going for all tape runners, all adhesives, you've got a lovely kind of little selection. So you've got your 3-dimensional glue, your all-purpose in there, which is the one that we've just seen Lizzie working with. You tack it, and you've also got your tape pen there as well. All coming to you for £15.96. Now, of course, each of those individual elements is available on the website in multiples. So if you suddenly think, yes, I need more of those tape runners, we've got packs of those. If you need more of that all-purpose glue, again, you can get multiples of those. But if you want to try before you go for any one of those particularly, then this is a way to do it. 263-743. Always incredibly popular, I have to say, that bundle.
Yeah, and it's not surprising, is it? Because, for instance, I'll explain. I love this wet glue. When you've got such a deep emboss, the glue goes in all the crevices.
Okay, yes.
Whereas if I was to run my tape pen over that, as strong as that is, and I love it, it's going to miss so much of it because it's all, you know, it's up and down. It's like a bumpy road. But with the wet glue, you get into all the crevices and it sticks together much better. So that's why we have that tester set, because then you realise actually there is a reason why we have these different things. So then I've got a couple of little bits here. So that's going to go on the front there. But before I do that, this is the most important bit.
Okay.
I've just got to remember how to do it. Hold on, bear with. Bear with.
Oh,
I'm just going to check me check bit here. I've still not got it, so I'll do it that way. There we are. That's what I'm after.
Is that it? Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm fairly happy with that now. So it's just a bit of ingenious bit of... I'll tell you what we need there. We could do with a bit of red tape, Hayley.
Oh, have you got some in your bag?
I might have some in my bag.
Shall I have a little rummage?
Would you have a rummage, dear? Because that's really what we need.
Keep talking to the lovely people, then.
Yes, I will. So this is a mechanism. And if anybody's into their sort of kinetic cards, this is a great way of making something a little bit different with your cards. And when you've got something that moves, the red line is... You know, I didn't mean to do a glue school. It was not in my head. But actually, this is exactly what it is. Because, again, yes, wet glue is great, and so is the tape run. But there's a reason why we have the red liner tape. It's because it's jolly good stuff.
It grabs and it grabs good and proper. Again, Crafters Companion bring this to us as well. Go onto the website, you'll find a dedicated area for Crafters Companion products, and you can visit it at any time. You don't have to wait for any of the team to be here doing shows. It's accessible all the time. There's a button at the top of the screen that's called Brands, and you'll be able to find lots of our different companies feature under there. I think they're all in alphabetical order. Just find Crafters Companion, and then you'll find all the wonderful products.
Let me just check my I'm pretty sure I'm doing this right.
So there'll be a variation of otherwise.
Well, you forget when things have been done ahead of time. You forget. So what I've got here to cover up my mechanism is this. Now this is one of the ovals at the back.
Yes.
This is the second oval. Do you remember we cut that this morning?
We did, yes.
And it's absolutely beautiful because now this hasn't been embossed. This is the great thing about them. You can choose, but when you emboss it, there's a lovely, lovely little sort of, what would you call it? A bumpy edge, bumpy spots
like
all the way around.
Yes.
I have to see if we can find one that's been embossed. But I mean, that looks beautifully elegant. It just absolutely classy, and so it's going to make everything that you do.
I haven't got my glasses with me, Lucy.
So let me see.
That one.
No, I can't
looks a bit fuzzy to me.
No, see that one. You know what we've got to do? We're going to have to cut one and emboss one. So we can
have a look at Emily.
Yeah, the one I did this morning was.
It's just I don't know whether you've actually got it on this particular one or not, but I don't think we have. I think it's. Yeah, can we see just the tiniest amount of embossing on those little circles right the way through it? Round, there we go, just at the top there.
Is it? Have we got it?
We're going to bring it to you in just a few moments. And this is actually a card that we saw created earlier on. Lizzie was here with myself.
Oh, is that the one we did?
Yes, I think it was 12 o'clock, wasn't it?
Yes.
And you can see, if I just tilt that just very slightly. With my
there we
cardstock,
go.
It's really tricky to show you, but look at that.
Yeah.
We've got Chris in the seat. He was determined to get that one for you.
So we set him the challenge, didn't we? That's the thing.
And he took it.
Yeah. So the great thing is you get the choice of whether to do it or not, and that just proves that, doesn't it? That the choice was made. So let's just measure this and make sure we've got this in the right place. Again, you see red liner tape. You just can't go wrong with it. And like I said, I didn't mean to do glue school, but it sort of ended up being like this. But it's good fun, isn't it? Because and it's also a reminder to me why we have all these things and the reasons behind them. It's a good and you know, we forget. We get these things, we put them in our stash, we put them in tuck them in a bag or a drawer somewhere, and we think, oh, now I can't remember why I've got
That's
it.
very true.
You know, we're all the same, aren't we? And I'm just. It's just that wretched red bit. You know, I love it.
It's red on red there, wasn't it, for a moment?
Yes. Oh, dear me. So there we go. So that will fold nicely. In fact, let's just move that slightly. There we go. All that lovely gluing, and I'm just going to move it. There we go. Let's just move it like that. There we go. Exactly, exactly. It's no bother at all. And then, of course, we've got our second little label, which is going to go just there. And I'm going to use, just for speed, I'm just going to use a little bit of wet glue.
Right. But is that just going to go across the middle so it doesn't stick the whole card?
Yes.
Yeah, I did that before now. Yeah.
Oh dear, we've done it. We've all done it. Because I always look at it at least 3 times. Is that the half? Is that the half? Is that the half? Because you know. We've all done it. Gosh, doesn't matter how many
times
years.
I made a card and stuck the front to the back just because of where you've put the glue on your topper.
Yeah. So there we are. That's a little bit wet. Let's just let me give it a shove. There we go. I'll give it a shove and that'll bring it all together.
Busy
there
on
we
those
go.
phone lines, as you can see at the bottom of the
Beautiful.
screen there. So apologies if you're caught up in a queue. We will get to you as soon as we possibly can there.
So there we are. So that's using some lovely cardstock. But like I say, you could just use plain white card, use your inks to colour it, sand it back with some sandpaper and reveal the white. You don't have to use this coloured card. But what you have got are these wonderful dies, wonderful stamps and fabulous embossing folders. And you can do this.
Yeah.
Gosh, you know, if I can do it, you can do it. The thing is, you've got the technology, and that's what that's what it's all about, isn't it? Somebody else doing all that for us. We just enjoy it.
Isn't that beautiful? Thank you, Lizzie.
Thank you. Welcome.
I've learned another stylist card. Now, of course, the website, you will find everything that Lizzie has been working with. So you'll find the dies, you'll find the embossing folders on there. You can see here the dies are available individually at £9.99, but I do suggest you go for the bumper pack because that's where you're saving £19.98. It's almost as if you're getting 2 of those dies as a bonus, so it's definitely worth considering going for that wonderful set of 5. Of course, you're getting all 14 dies in there. We are busy on those phone lines. Bear with us, we will get to you as soon as we possibly can. I'm not quite sure if the website's behaving itself at the moment. Might be worth trying it. We have had some issues earlier on, but I do believe it's okay again now. But if not, you'll be caught on those phone lines, but only for a couple of minutes, and that's probably the length of time I will be away from Lizzie. So why not? Why not sit on the phones and bear with us with those? But of course, we've been talking about this set of 5 dies. When I say set of 5 dies, within there you've got 14 elements, because as Lizzie's shown us, you've got lots of different elements within there, and they are beautiful. They're kind of quintessentially English, these designs. A beautiful window that we saw earlier on, Lizzie was working with the gorgeous butterflies there, the fabulous lace work, and of course the beauty of the butterflies is that you've got the innie and the outie, so that means you can actually cut into your cardstock and you can actually detach it and use it as a topper if you're wanting to as well. Along the bottom there we've got some wonderful frames, we've got gorgeous roses, we've got beautiful corners, but the corners can be kind of elongated by the second die to make it into more of a framework if you're wanting to, and of course you can top and tail those, make up your own elements with those, but needless to say you are going to get some incredible results time and time again. And we saw some wonderful finished samples earlier on, so I'm going to tempt you with a few of those and tell you how a few of them have been put together, because here we've got that gorgeous rose. Now the rose featured within that die set, so you can see, I mean, look at this, this is beautiful. This is working with that wonderful window that we saw a few moments ago. The stamp there, Hello Sunshine, we've got a stamp set with those featuring in, but I think you'll be able to see from that actual card the actual depth and dimension from those embossing folders is incredible. I love this one. Roses, we give roses on so many different occasions, and this card really reminds me of a certain designer look out there where you've got very much the English country garden look, pale blues, beautiful pinks, and of course those lovely lovely greens. Isn't that gorgeous? But again, it shows you the different depth that you've got with these that you can build up to turn it into whatever you want it to be. What a lovely way of giving a new home card here as well, where that window has been used. I love the way that the embossed folder gives you even the curtains featuring there, and of course the outside parameter. But of course the die will allow you to cut that out, and of course if you want to, you could actually cut that so as the window panes actually open. Again, just taking a simple embossing folder, cutting out a little circle and just taking one of those accents. And the dies that you've got will actually cut out those exact pieces that you've got there. So you could have cut that one out. It would still be attached at the top and the bottom of the abdomen. You could have pinched those little wings to make it almost look like it's flying away from your card. We saw Lizzie create this one this morning. I think it was midday we were here with you. And she was using all sorts of different elements from the show. So the die, obviously the Parisian mirror featuring there in the multiple layers, and showing just how you've got lots of room there for your sentiment to go. And again, that sentiment's featuring on the show too. It's in a stamp set, which comes with the stamps that are enabling you to create that fabulous butterfly background. And then if we delve inside, you'll be able to see that lovely little jam jar there, with the little kind of floral aspects featuring in there. But you could play around with that, make it into whatever kind of jar you want it to be. What else have we got in here? Oh, again, this one, I know I've shown you this one earlier, but I just think it's such a delightful little card where you've got those windows opening, but you've got the embossed detail. You definitely need to be going for the embossed embossing folders to work alongside these, don't you? It really does make the difference. The die itself, again, featuring here. But of course, you have got embossed detail with those dies as well, so you are going to get some detail in there. But to add them together with those embossing folders, it's giving you even more choice. And if you're looking at these and thinking, yeah, they're a bit pink and flowery for me, though, look at this. They don't have to be. Take those colours back. Maybe give them sepia tones. Maybe give them a grungy tone if you're wanting to. You are the designer. You are in control. What Crafters Companion do is they give us the tools that allow us to grow and kind of create what we want. Here you can see that lace being cut and actually layered on top, tucked behind the Parisian mirror there, and of course you've still got room there to stamp the gorgeous rose featuring within that stamp set as well. And again, the butterflies here, they come again, beautiful. I love that, almost like a, it's almost like a wood effect there. You could even chop into that, couldn't you? If you just needed a small panel, maybe you wanted to make, I don't know, a billboard for another card, or maybe a DIY card where it looks like you've got pieces of a fence behind, then you could actually trim that away if you wanted to. Gives you the versatility, and that's the key thing. We like that versatility. Well, keeping it simple, as Lizzie gave us that advice, stick to a couple of colours, build up those layers, and this one has got some incredible dimension. Layering up using that fabulous three-dimensional glue gives it that wonderful depth of character. 701209 is your item number if you're wanting to go for these dies. All of these coming to you with that saving of £19.89. Now, you might think to yourself, oh, if I'm saving £19.98, I might treat myself to something else. Well, why not consider these fabulous stamps? Because again, these are £15 and was it 99 pence with these? So you're still going to have some pennies in your pocket from the saving that you made on the die cutting bundle. But of course, they're going to work alongside beautifully. Again, a lovely collection here. Set of 4 different stamps plates here. And I say stamp plates because within those stamp plates, you've got lots of individual elements. Now, obviously, the packaging you can see here, all the different layers, as Lizzie's explained to us, they're multi-layering. So in a similar sort of guise to the embossing folders where you've got that three-dimensional aspect, almost like a shallow, a medium and a deep emboss, with these stamps you can build up that design. So you've got your solid stamp there for your background. Then you come in with your lighter tones, the palest one at the top you can see with your rose, and then you come in with that finer detail. It's almost as if you've sketched the detail in by hand, but of course you haven't. I'm not going to say you've cheated because you use stamps and you're using tools that are available to you, but it's giving that effect. Sentiments featuring in these as well, and I don't think Crafter's Companion could have fitted any more on there if they tried. They've squeezed them in there good and proper, so you've got all sorts, happy birthday, congratulations, take care, thinking of you, all sorts in there. Then of course you've got these gorgeous roses. If I turn these around, you'll see you start off with that base layer. So that would perhaps be your lightest tone, as Lizzie suggested, maybe a pale pink, pale purple. Could almost be like an ivory tone. Then you go in with your next layer, a little bit of detail coming through, but it marries up perfectly with that base one. And then your final top layer, that could be a deeper tone, or it could be that just that you want to use the embossing powder on that final layer. Of course, you've got the fabulous leaves there, lots of, again, little filler stamps there, making up the most there. And then, of course, you've got the little jam jar. Now, the jam jar, again, there's loads on here, isn't it? You've even got that gorgeous lace border featuring there as well. The jam jar doesn't come with those little elements in there. One of the cards we looked at has got all these little sprigs coming out of the top. So that means that could be a little jar. You could have little nails in there, couldn't you, for maybe a male-themed card. You could have paintbrushes in there for a crafter's-themed card. You could have knitting needles in there, perhaps, as well. Lots of different ways you could use that. Or maybe you could have it filled with cookies or sweeties. It's entirely up to you. Love this corner here. Again, this is going to echo that design where you've got the multi-layers with the flowers, and of course your gorgeous rosebud featuring in this one as well. All of those are coming to you for £14.98. Brilliant value for money. Again, if they are available on the website, not individually, they've been paired up on the website, but to take advantage of that saving, get hold of all of them, and you're saving £5. 285748 being the item number. Now I'm going to head back over to the demonstration area because our Lizzie is all primed and ready for a next demo. But while I do that, let me give you the details of our embossing folders we've been chatting about. These are the three-dimensional ones, so of course they're going to emboss at 3 different levels, giving you an incredible amount of detail. First set featuring that fabulous window, the gorgeous frame there, and the wonderful butterflies too. 513393 being your item number. £15.97 is your prize. Again, saving £5 there. Another saving of £5 with the second set, and this time we're looking at beautiful bouquets. And again, you've got your roses, you've got your jam jar featuring on that one as well. The lovely lace that we just saw in the stamps as well. £15.97, 269386. We really have got a fabulous collection of different elements within the show, all brought together because they all work together.
Well, that's it. It's making it really easy, isn't it? That's
nice.
the thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you're, I mean, I know I've been aiming it at the new crafter that's wondering which way to go and what they should get. But actually, if you're really experienced, you know how valuable these sets are going to be to you, and what a difference it's going to make to everything that you make.
True.
So
Very
you know.
true.
So talking of jam jars, which we perhaps were or weren't, I thought I might do a little bit of stamping.
Okay.
Now, Now, what I'm going to jump ahead because I know we don't have that much time. Whoopsie! But I've just actually placed my stamp over. I've cut it out. Don't get too hung up about cutting out. Do you know, I actually find cutting rubber stamps really very nice thing to do because they're nice and soft, aren't they? And it's lovely with a sharp pair of scissors. So I'm just using like a VersaFine. That's always lovely because it picks up so much detail. Making sure we've got enough ink laid down there. You can use your rocker blocks if you want to. It's entirely up to you. Or you can go straight in like I've done. I'm going to try and get this in the middle there and just get my hands over the top and just give it a good squidge. You could use a stamping mat if you find that you need to do that. Do you know, there's so many different ways and so many different people show us how to do stamping. But for me, it's more about getting the pressure on there, getting that middle piece actually stamped well. Oh, wow. Now look at the clear image. Let me just pick this up so you can see the image. Now have a look at that for detail. Yeah. It's absolutely stunning, isn't it? Now with VersaFine, it does stay wet just for a few seconds. So obviously I've jumped ahead and there we go, that's one then. And what you're going to try to do is to get the 3 jam jars in a row equally distant. But you know, you're not going to get fined if you don't if you don't get it right. Now I've got a sparkle pen here and I'm just going to lay down the smallest amount of colour because we want it to look like it's got some water, but it not, you don't want to make it, this is not all blue, it wouldn't be natural, would it? If you like. So just laying a bit of colour down. Watercolour card would be excellent at this point. And then all we can do is blend, you see, and just move that ink around. Now, if you don't have these sparkle pens, and truly you do need them, then, you know, think about what else you've got in your stash that you could have the same sort of effect with, but to give you that watery sort of look that you can move around like this. Now with the sparkle pen, of course, it does give you that wonderful gloss. Isn't it gorgeous? Now even though I've got blue on my little top there, the brush there, I'm just going to take that off and then I can go in and use the clear, and that gives us then that gorgeous watery look. And then when we lift that up to the light, then you'll catch the sparkle of that. And the sparkle becomes more apparent on this the more it dries out, doesn't it? Yeah, let me just try. Quite wet, but it's absolutely, look at that. There we go. But you see, you've got the blue, so you know there's water in there. Yes. But then you've got the whole lot is just catching the light with that sparkly tone. Like you quite rightly say, Hayley, when it gets dry, then that's when the true sparkle comes out. And here we are. So just another little pen added onto there to give it shadow, and that literally is a little scribble there at the bottom, and it gives you that wonderful sensation of water and wellness, I suppose. And of course you could stamp out the little flowers and get those on there as well. So that's going to go on the front of my card just like this. I've also got a background to go underneath. That's this gorgeous satin silver cardstock, which we may or may not see later today. I'm not saying anything, but at 6 o'clock. And well, I'm just saying. So that's going to go like that. We've got our beautiful. Now we really need Mr. Baker to come in close. All right, if he's paying attention, he's ready for a challenge. So that my sentiment's going to go up there. But look. This is where we were talking about the embossed detail. This is the one. This is the one that you'll be able to see that embossing on the little bobbles. There we go. Can you see? Go. Let's get it, so let's move it. There you go. That's it, spot on. And so, yeah, exactly that. Yeah. You can see the spot. Oh, I've left a sparkly mark. But you can see with that little bit of embossing work. And I love those little holes as well, because you can actually stitch through those if you wanted to. And I love that. Stitching I love that idea. You see, as a stitcher, that really appeals to me. And just so that's going to over all the crafts kind of amalgamate together, don't they? Always do, and that's the joy of it, isn't it? So that's going to pop there. Now, I hope we've got time. I've got a little spare piece of satin card here. Now, we've got the most amazing swirly-whirly dies. Oh, okay. Here, which set is that? This one, this set here. If you wouldn't mind getting the biggest one out. Okay. And we'll cut that. Let me get my... That is pretty. This is nice. Isn't it glorious? The gorgeous rose in there as well. You've got... like I say, the swirl of the stem there, you could chop into this, I'm guessing, as well. Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful. So, there you go. And just this is what's going to make the difference. The card in itself is a treat.
Yes.
It says you deserve a treat. It is a treat. But when you add something like a die cut like this, where it's all lovely and lacy, where did that come from? Little imposter. Then that's where you up the ante, isn't it?
That's right.
And those dies are absolutely super. And in fact, I haven't counted how many we're getting, Hayley.
It's 14 in total.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
fabulous.
it's clever.
I love it. I love it. Oh, dear me. So this is what's going to make the difference. And, of course, you could cut this several times. You could have 2 or 3 of these, and then what you can do is you can cut into them. You can chop them about.
It's just to make the cards up there.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying about, you know, sometimes... you need to emboss if you've got an incredibly delicate die that you've got history with. You know what I'm talking about, ladies. And you need to give it that extra oomph to get it cut well. You don't have to, because A, we've got the Gemini, and B, these dies are incredible.
And sometimes the irony is that the thinner the medium, sometimes it's the trickier ones to cut, because you don't have the substance there to actually take it out of the die. So the thicker the cardstock, sometimes it's the better the cuts. It's the irony of it.
It's funny you should say that, because if you tried to, let's just say you want to test your die out and use copy paper, complete waste of time.
That's right. It's one of I'm not going to say it's one of the worst things you can use to cook, because obviously there is a reason for you using it, but yeah, because if it's thin and the fibre content and the way that it's made up sometimes can have an impact.
Yeah. So look, we can just, maybe we can just do it like that. Maybe our You Deserve a Treat could go like that.
Nice.
Or we can cut it in half, Hayley.
Ooh.
So, well, you know me, just do it, just do it. So what we can do is we can split it up. No, we'll stick this down in a sec. So that can go like that. We can elongate our little design, and that can go, in fact we could just do it like that really, and just make that die work for us. Now how elegant does that look? Doesn't it look gorgeous?
And it looks like you've got a huge die in that collection.
Exactly,
spread it out.
because I've spread it out, exactly. And of course, you know, you could, if you wanted to, you could sort of move it around. Let's just do it upside down.
Oh, that's nice.
And then move it along like this, and put
into
our little
like a stronger corner.
Yeah, and I quite like that look, even though that is the cut end.
Yes.
You don't know that. You could also cut these little pieces away to make it a little bit neater if you want. And I like it like that. I'm going to stick it down like that.
Wonderful. And
of course, you know, our tape runner will work really well on our backgrounds.
That's it.
I think maybe I'm going to use the 3D foam pads for the glass jars.
Lovely.
So let's just try and get that right.
If you do need any of those tape runners, they come in a set of 3, I think it is, isn't it? You're also going to get one in that adhesive bundle that we were chatting about earlier on, just for you to try out.
Oh, that's
or maybe
good.
you're thinking that you might like a little bundle ready to take off to your classes and workshops, and that bundle features one of those tape runners. You've also got your 3-dimensional glue in there. You've got your all-purpose glue, and then you've also got your tacky glue featuring in there as well. You have actually got, with that 3D glue as well, you have got your little, I call it the toothpaste.
Yes, it
thing on
is,
the end,
isn't it?
like a little clamp on the end that helps you kind of wind it through. It's like a winder, isn't it? And then you've got a little syringe there as well, so that can help you too if you're wanting to use that. £15.96, 263 743. And then if you have got specifics that you like, of course, jump onto the website, find the Crafter's Companion section. You'll be able to get bundles that just concentrating on each of those elements too.
Right, there we go. Now, with the die cut, I'm going to use my tacky glue, which has disappeared. Let's see if we can quickly resurrect it.
Now, you go for the tacky glue over the multi-purpose one. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, it means that I can pop it on the back of my hand,
yeah,
spread it about a bit. Don't get too precious about it. It won't hurt you.
Okay.
It'll be fine, honestly. And I just use that. You put it on your glass mat, ladies, if you don't want to do this. But it just kind of spreads it out. For me, it works.
And is this if you've got a coated card, you tend to use the tacky one more so than the all-purpose one?
Yeah.
Just thinking back to the previous shows, and I think it might have been Leanne, I can't remember now, who told me about that.
Well, of course, Leanne is our expert on glue.
She's the Queen Glue. She did glue school once for us, didn't she?
I know. I think I watched it to get some hints and tips. So what she doesn't know about glue isn't worth knowing.
That's it. And guess what? If you think it's a while since I've seen Leanne, guess what? She's here at 6 o'clock. So if Leanne's here, you know you're in for a treat. And it's 6 o'clock, one day special. You know it's even bigger treat. So make sure you do join us at 6 o'clock for that.
Okay, let's quickly do this. and stick it down, and I think we've made a really elegant card. Oh gosh, there we are. Let's try and do it. I'll take that off in a sec, but shall I turn it around?
I like that.
That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? There we go. Open it up, and here we go. There you are.
That is brilliant. Lizzie, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
It's lovely to see you with your papercraft hat on, as opposed to your stitching hat. And it's been lovely.
It's been great.
We're due to see you again soon?
Yes, actually not for a couple of weeks.
But that's right, you're off your camper van.
I certainly am.
We'll have a lovely break.
Thank you.
We will see you when you get back.
It'd be great to see you again.
Don't forget, if you've got anything in your basket, you've still got time to check it out before we start our next show. Of course, it's 5 o'clock. It'll be your final call with your current one-day special. I'll see you at 6. So yes, it's Pebeo Dimensions one-day special, drawing to a close, the final call, the last hour. And then I'll be back with a lovely Leanne and a brand new one-day special with Desire, and then we're over colouring and crafting.
Hi, I'm Dali from Dali Art, and I've been crafting for over 10 years, and I've actually just recently turned my passion of crafting into my business. I started off actually with doing canvases for mixed media, lots of interior design, and I've actually grown that passion and gone into mainstream in terms of stencils, dies and stamps. My collection is mixed media, East meets West, and a lot of this comes from my heritage. And I've also just collaborated with Pentart, and this gives me the products I need to enhance my stamps, stencils and die designs. Please join me for my shows here on Hochanda. Hello, my name's Kay from Indigo Blue, and we've been established for 7 years, and together with my husband Alfie we design and manufacture our own in-house red rubber stamps. We also have our own range of paints, lushes and stencils. We're so proud that we've now got a reputation for such high quality products and the detail that we can manage to get in our stamps. What I really love about Hochanda is I get to demonstrate lots of different techniques for you to understand how to use our products and hopefully inspire you. I've got loads of fantastic ideas buzzing around in my head, so I can't wait to get those filtered into our products and out to you at home. So grab a cup of tea, join me and the team from Indigo Blue on Hochanda.
Hello and welcome. It is lovely to have your company, especially as this is your one-day special. It is the last chance. It's the final call. Do, do, do. The clock is in. Are you ready? I love it. It's all going wrong. Oh, Denise, it's fun, isn't it, already?
It's good fun, yes.
Yeah, in my head, it sounds like there's a party going on, but not. We're a panic party.
Have a paint party.
Panic party. Now, it's wonderful to have your company, and it is amazing that we've still got stock left, but almost 80% of the stock has gone. Denise, I mean, this is such a cool collection, even more cool because you've got the DVD.
Yeah, fabulous.
Your first DVD.
I know, so excited, so excited. I had such fun doing it, so it's great.
So, with this, you are going to take us through. Obviously, when we watch you on the shows, you know, we have to interrupt you with this, with that, but on the DVD, you're taking us through lessons, so we're learning how to use these products properly.
Yeah, and there's time, as you say, so you see it from start to finish, as opposed to me just doing a 2 or 3 minutes example.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love the fact that a lot of times when we see the Pebeo, we'll see it abstract, so we'll see lots of different ways to use it, but actually using it so it's really specific like that looks incredible.
Yeah, it is beautiful, and this is one of the projects from the DVD. And it shows you blending and contouring so that you're putting the stern relief in to resist the paint moving, and there's mixing and blending and colour contrast. It's just fabulous.
That is stunning, absolutely stunning. The other project, completely different.
Absolutely.
So you're really giving us completely different ideas and techniques.
And there's another project that's in between that's a sort of half abstract. This one is a bit more abstract, but then I've worked back into it. So this started life as a dirty pour.
A dirty pour.
We do like a dirty pour.
We do.
And then once it had dried, you then come back in and try and see what you can see out of it.
That's stunning.
It's great fun.
I adore that. I absolutely adore that. Yeah, Charlie, we were talking about dirty paws. He did think I meant dogs. Dirty paws.
Oh, bless.
I know, a dirty paw. A paw. Anyway, so you are getting in this kit. For starters, you're getting the DVD. Now, the DVD, again, loads of ideas, loads of inspiration. This is going to make you brave, and it's going to make you use all of these, which sometimes we don't do. Sometimes we get these kits and they'll stay in the box because we get scared. You've got the canvas to work on straight away. You've got your Cernay relief, and you've just again seen that how that's actually used. But then you've got the prism and I always say it different every time.
I call it prism.
Yeah.
But some people call it Prisme.
Yeah.
But it's a French
prism.
company.
Yeah.
So, you know, depends how fancy you want to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll stick to Lancashire.
Prism's good enough for me. But it does separate out into these like little lozenges and cellular.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful.
Yeah, it looks incredible. It's so effective. So you've got your prism, and then you've got your vitriol, and your vitriol is stunning because that's like a glass paint, but it reacts, doesn't it?
And it's a really good base for the other products so that they react against them.
Yeah.
And the colours are just delightful. They're just so intense.
And they're so rich, aren't
Yeah.
they? And then last but not least, the lightning medium, which does sound like it is going to strike a bolt of lightning down.
No electricity involved.
So the lightning medium is the one that can, in fact, is that dry enough to pick up and just shut?
Just about, yeah.
Because all right. Now, see, can you see here? This is where the vitriol is basically
full strength.
Yeah, full strength. They were going to say pure, but full strength. This is with the lightning medium. So look how it blends out, but look at the different colours that you can start achieving.
You can blend it if you want it really even, so you can mix them thoroughly if you want to.
Yeah.
But I really like it when you've got this kind of swirl going through it.
It just, the movement in that is just phenomenal. And then obviously these are your extra colours. These are actually the moon coming up, aren't they?
They're the moon from the massive bundle that we've got at the end.
Yeah, which is so exciting. Now, let me show you a few more things that you can do with this. It's already getting busy. Remember, it has been very busy every single hour, approaching 80% of stock. Now, the lovely thing about this, obviously there's so many different uses, but you can go on loads of different surfaces. That's fabulous.
Though I love this one because when you first look at it, it looks quite dark. But as you tilt it, you just get that light showing through it.
Look at that.
Yeah. And basically, they will go onto any non-porous surface. So you can use it on canvas, glass, the vinyl, plastic, ceramic, any of those surfaces, it will be fine.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And it's going to dry. And look, you know how you were saying about the cells? Look at that. Look at how that has got... The movement in it is just amazing, isn't it?
These are the colours from the one-day special on this one as well.
Fabulous. So you are going to get these. I'm just holding it up until we're getting close. I'm only joking. He's going. Oh, our Alex, not too fast, I love. I'm only teasing. I don't mean it at all. But it is beautiful because look at that. Whee! Sound effects. Because look at that. You can see the depth that's in there. It is cool stuff.
It is
innit?
amazing, yes. And that hasn't got any of the glitter medium, but you can see there's a little bit of shimmer in some of the paints.
Yes,
yeah?
yes, you can. Yeah, that looks so cool. OK, this is your one-day special. 80% of stock has gone. 384178. That's your item number. Just £29.99. That's your price. Now, you are saving... Sorry, my throat is going to go in a minute. You are saving £25.70. You do need to check your baskets out. It is 384178. That's your item number. Now, we've got with this not just an incredible saving, but we've got stuff that will go with it. Shall we show the next?
Yes.
The shimmer. Now, the shimmer is phenomenal. With this will act wonderfully with our one-day special, and it'll let you do so much, won't it?
Yeah, it will. We've got my favourite product that's in here, and I'm going to turn it over on its rear end because that's the glitter medium. And sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. We do love sparkle.
That is beautiful.
And there is so much in there throughout the whole pot. So let's turn that back up.
And that works. Again, it's in, these are solvent based.
Yes.
So that is suspended in the same kind of solution, so it mixes and matches perfectly.
So it's not going to affect the quality of it. It's not going to fight against the product. It's just going to work with it. So it's the same base as the colours.
Superb.
So we then also have these flakes. Now I just adore the colour on that. Sort of coppers and golds in there. It's a real sort of brown gold, copper gold.
That is so
colours.
rich again, isn't it?
And again, so much in there. With these, I've got pots of these that I feel like I've been using for the best part of a year, and I've still not gone through them. They're still not going down, so they go an awful long way. And then we also have 3 moons, and the moon paints go on top of the vitrail.
Right.
And separate on their own. They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're just pearlescent and shimmery and like smoke.
Lovely.
But when you put them on top of the vitrail, you'll see later, we'll show you, they separate out into these lovely craters.
Yeah.
They're
yes.
just amazing.
Like the moon.
Like the moon.
They are just phenomenal, and you can see there it's all about the colours, it's all about the reactions, and obviously it's all about the variety of things you can do. I mean, the picture is sensational. Have a look at this. Have a look at the jewellery. See, I love the fact the jewellery pieces, that's easy to do, but it looks amazing.
Yep. And that's been done with the colour from the one-day special. We've got the glitter and the bit of the moon from this set.
Stunning, absolutely stunning. Doesn't that look beautiful? See, I'll show you that one as well, because that one again, oh, it's just lovely. Absolutely adore it.
And they're so simple to do.
Yeah, simple, but if you're selling things like this...
Nobody needs to know this.
No,
don't tell anybody, I won't.
Absolutely. There were one lady, actually, and I did, oh gosh, where were I? At Greenwich in London, and she was selling coins. It were all foreign coins that she put this on and changed it into jewellery, and it looks amazing.
Wow. Yeah.
What a good way of using all your foreign coins.
Yeah.
Absolutely cool. Now, if you'd love to get hold of this, it is absolutely sensational. Now, only £19.79. Fantastic price if you're a Freedom member. We are approaching 40%. You need that. If you're going for your one-day special, you need that because it's such a lovely addition. 772923. Now, something that has been ridiculously busy. In fact, it's sold out. We brought it back on extended. You only have to wait 14 days. I know it sounds ages, doesn't it? But don't worry, don't worry. It is worth it. It is utterly worth it. Look at all of this. It's so exciting. This is a 36-piece Discovery collection. Seriously. This is heaven right here, because you are getting all those sensational colours in the Prisma, and then in the vitriol, and then in the moon as well. I mean, wow.
It is wow.
That's
the colours
cool.
are fabulous. There's such a variety of colours in there, and they're beautiful, and I love them.
And you're going to get, because you're getting so many gorgeous colours, you're going to get so many different results with this.
Yes, you can use it simply with 1 or 2 colours, or you can do what I do, which is quite often just put a whole load of colours in together, and it just works.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. It is one of those products that it does just seem to work, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Whatever you do with it. Can I show you this one? Look at that. So, now with this one, what have you actually used on that one?
That one,
that's ace.
That one is the prisms. That's just a selection of the prisms from the set.
That is literally just the prisms doing their own thing.
Yeah, I used the sun relief to start off with, just to create the shape, and then put the sun relief, the prisms in there. That
is stunning. The cosmic cat, I Ben said. I'm with that one, Ben. It is the cosmic cat. That is, I adore that. Beautiful. Let me show you. We've got the cosmic cat. So, what about, so what we're calling the dog though, Ben? If that's the cosmic cat, look at that. That is beautiful. So with that one, that was the moon.
They're both the moon.
Yeah.
The one that you've got in the front there now, I laid it flat and left it still.
Right.
The other one, I tilted it a bit to shift the paint around a bit.
Excellent.
So there isn't a right or a wrong. It's just the reason I've done the two the same is just to show you what the difference is.
Yeah, yeah, and because they are so fluid.
Yeah.
And you've got quite, I mean, they're open for quite a while. You've got a lot of time to move them.
A good hour or so to work with them.
Excellent.
But they take 12 to 24 hours to dry.
Yeah.
Please don't. It's just so tempting, and nearly every time I come and do a show here, I come back after a break and there's a fingerprint in something, because it's just so tempting to put your finger in to see if it's dry.
It is, because it does dry with a beautiful shine, doesn't it?
And once they dry, they are very tactile.
Yeah, they are. They really are. I mean, look at that. That is just lovely. Okay, if you do want this collection now, this is an incredible collection. You're getting all of this. Now, you've also got 2 flexi buys. That means you don't have to pay for it all at once. Today you only need to pay $21.49. If you're part of our Hochanda Freedom, you won't pay any postage, but you will get it delivered to your door. Of course, next month you know exactly what's coming out your account. Now, this has been busy. Sold out the first time round. Extended delivery. We're actually approaching half of the stock on that. 044186. That's your item number, and it's lovely. Now then, something you've seen a lot is the Cern Relief, because obviously this is the one that you'll do all your outlines. This is the one where you'll create all your pictures if you want to keep a little bit of control. We have got gorgeous colours. I'm scared of putting my elbow in it. We've got gorgeous colours. We have got the transparent, we've got the gold, and we've got the copper, but over 3/4 of the stock has gone, saving £3 and 6 pence, £9 and 99 pence, 610690. Now, we've also got the accessories. These sold out as well, actually, but we have got them back on extended delivery. You're only having to wait 2 weeks for those ones, but 40% of the stock has gone. You've got all those beautiful paintbrushes, you've got 2 big canvases, and then you've got your pipettes. Only £9 and 99 pence. What did you say, sir? Did you not say 40? Did I just make that up entirely? Wow. I made that up entirely. She didn't say that at all. I was just making things up in my head. 697028. I tell you what, yeah, that sounds about right at the minute. Sounds about right at the minute.
We're going to have fun at the end of the day, aren't we? Yes.
Just make stuff up in my head. And say it out loud on telly. Now, if
Nobody's listening.
No one's listening. My George. If you do have any questions while we've got our Denise live, then please email in studio@hochanda.com. If you've used any of the Pebble paints in the past, I know a lot of you have, because I know a lot of you have purchased these. We'd love to see what you've been doing.
Pickies, please. Pickies, please.
Right, where are we starting this hour?
Just get going.
Play.
We're going to. I'm going for it. We're going big time play.
Cool.
So instead of just a little bit.
Last hour, I can tell you're on the last hour.
We're going for it. Now, this is the yellow, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean.
It does not look like it.
There is so much colour in there. So when you start spreading it out, it's a deep yellow, but there's still so much.
It's like
pigment.
with this one, it's kind of got it's a brownie sort of, almost like a caramel yellow, isn't it?
Very caramel. So I've spread that out and we get some colour. So here we come in with the lightning medium.
Super. And with the lightning medium, so this literally, it's almost like diluting it, isn't it?
It'll lighten it.
As the name suggests.
Indeed. So we've got that going in there.
Superb. And you can see it reacts immediately.
Okay, so we're not using the cocktail sticks for this. Just remember, when you get your products, you do need to give them a good stir.
Right, okie dokie.
So this is the red.
Beautiful. Which again
looks very dark until we do this.
Look at that.
So let's spread that, and you can mix them.
Beautiful. And don't they look good when they're mixed?
Yeah.
They're interesting, aren't they? Because they almost, you're working on a canvas now, they almost stain the canvas, don't they?
Yeah. Have a little bit of that one in there.
Whee. Is that the lightning again?
Yeah.
Nice.
So just
yeah, you
let that go out.
Yes.
Right, and this is the cobalt blue. So these are the colours from the one-day special.
Okay. Of course, if you are getting your 36-piece one, you get loads of gorgeous colours as well. That blue is fabulous.
Look at that when you spread it out. That's so rich.
Yeah. See, really, I mean, it's up to you how you use this. Do you always leave them quite runny, or do you sometimes really, well, almost paint them on?
You can paint them on, you can use brushes, but this is what I was saying about they are solvent based, so if you do paint them on, you're going to need to clean your brushes with a solvent cleaner.
Right.
But there isn't a right or a wrong.
Yeah.
It's how do you want to use them.
Yeah.
So we've gone for a bit of that, so we're coming in now with the prism.
Nice one.
So again, just going to give this a little stir before I use it. I'm just using a cocktail stick, but you could use a lollipop stick or whatever you like, really.
So with the vitriol, when it dries, the colour that you see, will it dry with that intensity?
Yes.
Super.
Pretty much, yes.
And then just pour in.
The only thing that might change is some of the pigments are heavier, so you get some that sort of will sink down a little bit, and that's what all the reaction is happening. So this is the chestnut.
That's
I love them on their own, but when you just do a little bit of a scrape with them,
the shot of it, it's when it goes through and you get that shimmer.
Yeah,
that's so gorgeous.
You get a little shot of those other colours coming through. So they take a few minutes to work, but they're going to separate out.
And that looks really cool on top of the vitriol. That's when it starts to, that's when you really starts to get...
I think we've got a bird of prey coming in here, just chasing something.
Fabulous.
Right, so we've got the next colour coming in here.
No.
Are you causing chaos, Fiona?
Oh, Denise, have you seen what I've done?
I've seen what you've done.
Denise. Have I put it on my jumper as well? I'm not bothered about my jumper. Oh, it looks quite pretty on the paper.
It's pretty on the paper, isn't it? It's the end of the day, let's not worry about it.
Oh, I'm not bothered about this. She said I can print another. That'll be fine.
You can print another candidate.
You know when you're worried about fingerprints?
Yeah.
Nothing compared to me.
No.
Have you seen what I've done? Oh, Denise, I'm so sorry. Hey, it's giving it a really weird look, though. It's kind of
Let's see what happens to it. Yeah, let's see what happens to it. Because it's kind of, it's got a couple of hours down, so it's gone to the sticky stage, so...
How bizarre. It's almost like peeling off a plaster.
Yes.
Oh, it's okay, I'll read it as is. So, yeah. Can I just read this really quickly before I give it to Ben to get rid of, because I know I'm going to put it down on the table and stick to tape as well. Oh, you know, I haven't done anything like that in ages. Denise and Leonie, I bought the one-day special before I went to work this morning.
Wonderful, well done.
Could Denise please answer a question? Do you know if the paint would crack on a flexible surface like Perspex? And that's lovely, Christine. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, Christine. On something like Perspex, if it's going to be relatively flat, so if you were using it in a card insert or something like that, it will be absolutely fine. If you wanted to wrap it around something, then yes, it probably would crack. So it depends on how thick the paint is, how stiff the Perspex is. But if it's something that's going to be used in a card or in a picture, then it should be fine.
Excellent. Hope that answers your question. This is from Anne, and Anne says, I am so enjoying all the shows with that
Thank you,
fabulous
Anne.
Silence and Denise. I love baby oil paints, they're so easy to use. And such fun to play with. Happy painting.
Thank you, Anne.
They are. They're really good fun. There you go, Ben.
There you go, dear.
Sorry, Denise. I'm so sorry.
It's unique. We'll do something with it in a minute. Right. Now, what that has given us is time for the prism to work.
Okay, look at
So
that.
have a look at this.
What that natural disaster did.
Yes, it was
Wow,
a chance for the
look at
prism to
that.
work. So if we just...
Oh, that's
you can
so
see all
cool.
those cells being created here.
Yeah. But I mean, that looks so interesting, and the blue there is phenomenal.
This is the green prism with the blue paint together.
Wow.
They react into this beautiful. And look, we've got a little bit of shimmer down here from that chestnut.
Oh yeah, that's
on the yellow.
beautiful. Do you know what? There's that many elements to look into, isn't
Yeah,
there?
and this is just so far all I've done is put the one day special colours on.
Wow, and that could give you so many other looks,
Yeah,
couldn't it?
completely.
That is your one day special, £29.99. Over 80% of the stock has gone. 384178. That's your item number. Right, what you adding next?
Well, now I'm going to add some of the shimmer collection.
Super.
See if we can oomph it up a little bit.
Oh, we need the glitter,
We
don't
do
we?
need glitter, and again, I'm just going to give it a stir because it's
Okay.
been sat there a little while. When you first get them, you need quite a bit of a stir, but once you've been
Right.
using them, it's just a quick swizz just to
Super.
get it going again.
They do settle, don't
Yes. So I'm just going to use my cocktail stick and just drip the glitter in. There we go. And there's a lovely lot of sparkle going on there. I love it on this dark with that blue. There we go. So we've got the glitter going on there. And then we've got the moons that are also in the shimmer collection. Look at how that's pushed it away.
It's just bizarre, isn't it? I love how every time it is just an adventure, isn't it?
Yeah, I know what the paints do, but I still don't know what's going to happen each time I do this.
Yeah, that's it, innit? Because every time you put them down, because it'll always because it'll always be slightly different.
Particularly when somebody puts their notepaper in the middle of it 2 hours later.
Do you know what else I was giggling at? Right, for some reason today, my mic, earpiece, whatever it is, it's been really echoey in my own head.
Okay.
Well, when I swallowed the water, and literally my own head, swallowing the water echoed in my own head.
Nice.
Oh.
Right.
Everybody else heard it, and that was me swallowing water.
Right.
That's ace. So that's the moon, isn't it?
That's the moon, yes.
That
this is the moon
there
from the
is the
shimmer
moon.
collection. So that's the salmon one. Then this one is the turquoise one. So again, just giving it a quick little stir. And what I love about this is we put it down on the blue, and so you've got a complement to that blue.
Beautiful.
Or we put it down on the yellow and you have a contrast.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Let's put a bit on the red as well, just so you can see.
So with this, do you normally blob it in, or do you like swirling it, or do you just do it different
I like
every
both.
time?
If you grab one of the singles that's
Are
in
you
the
sure?
pile, yeah, no, the dry ones. Is the single in there?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm looking at that where I've put it, because I've put it on there as well. Oh gosh, Denise, I'm like
Yeah,
a
one of that one.
disaster.
That's got the moons swirled together.
Oh, cool. Look. That's ace, isn't it? That is just amazing. Oh, and there, yeah, you've got the flakes in there. We've got those. See, they're in the sparkle kit. The gorgeous glitter that you see going on there, that's in the sparkle kit as well. That's why you need that fantastic sparkle kit. I mean, look at that. Look at that. The colours. Divine.
That is the yellow from the sparkle kit, a bit of the red from the sparkle kit, some glitter, and one of the moons. I can't remember, silver moon, I think.
Yes. 772923 is your item number if you want that sparkle kit. Oh, that's so beautiful.
So we've put the 3 different coloured moons down. So you've got this blue. I love the blue
That's
on
amazing.
the red.
It just, the colour underneath, that it looks like it's backlit.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
That is incredible. It just looks like something's shining through. That's actually, is that the bit that you'd put the thingy on? The lightning, and it's brought it back.
It could well be where
the...
there's lightning. It could just be the fact that the moon. What happens when you put the moon paint on is it pushes the other paint away a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of going elbows out.
Yeah.
I'm coming in here. So sometimes it does just push the paint away, and you can see down to the base.
Yeah, and actually, yeah, because you can there a bit as well, can't you? Yeah, sorry. That looks phenomenal.
Shall we put a few flakes in there?
Yeah, it seems rude not to.
Turn it to the side just for a second. Now with the flakes, if you open it up just that much.
So tiny
Yes,
bit.
you're just taking that little flap out. I've left this bit stuck down.
Okay.
And then we just do a little bit of squeeze, and they all puff out that top.
Super.
If you take the top out, you end up getting too much out.
Yeah, absolutely. And before you know it, you'll have them all over the shop as well.
Right, so I'm just going to drip that in. I'm just using the cocktail stick, and if it doesn't pick up immediately, then I just touch the wet paint, and that just gives you enough contact.
I like with this, it looks like something's underneath and just dragging it in, doesn't it?
Pulling it in. And I like the fact with this one that the colours, there's a variety of colour in it. It's not just flat. You've got some are a bit more gold, some are a bit more copper.
Stunning. It's funny, actually, Georgie then said that I always go a little bit dark, you know. Do you know what I were thinking? Get that for a strange. You know, the clown.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah, for some, see, just weird.
You're having a day, aren't you, darling?
Oh, yeah.
There we go, so that just puts that in.
That's so cool. And it gives it such a different texture as well. Yeah. Doesn't it?
And I love this abstract form. And this is something that anybody could do. To me, that's almost like galaxies.
Yeah, me too. I definitely see galaxies. You see sort of shooting stars and planets exploding and stuff, don't you?
So again, I'm just going to...
It's War of the Worlds, quite frankly.
See, if you tilt it slightly, you can see that glitter.
That's stunning. Look at that. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this.
I love this too.
This will never, ever get boring. This will never, ever lose its appeal. It's one of those things that you'll come back to time and time and time again. Now, if you do want that beautiful shimmer set, the shimmer, the sparkle and the wonderfulness, for only £19.79, that is such a good price. If you're if you're part of Hochanda Freedom members, you do need to check your baskets out there. 772923, that's your item number. We are approaching 60% of the stock. Absolutely gorgeous. Now remember, we've also got that 36 set. With this one, you are getting your prisms. Yeah, your prisms. You get your moon and you get your vitriol. A gorgeous colour palette. Of course, with this one, this is going to give you so many different colours that you can play with. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now then, if you'd love to get hold of that, you do get 2 flexi buys of just £21.49. Over half of the stock has gone. You have got your extended delivery on that one. You only have to wait 14 days for all of that stuff. 044186. Don't miss out on that. It's really cool. Okay, this is your one-day special. Now, what makes this really, really special is the fact that you're not going to get hold of this and think, oh, I can't remember what they did on telly. I don't know where to start. I'm a little bit nervous. Because Denise has got this fantastic DVD, this is going to start you off. This is where you're going to get your inspiration. This is where you're going to learn the techniques. And I think that is absolutely essential, because you do want to get really quickly onto doing things like this, don't you? You know, whether you're working on glass, whether you are working on plastic. I mean, look at that. Look at the colours. Look at the depth. I'm going to spin this round because it's glass, obviously. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to drop it. Oh, don't. Look at the difference. But both sides look amazing, don't they? Both sides look absolutely sensational. Imagine doing that on and windows. The amount of different things that you're going to create with this. Now, with the one-day special, you are getting the DVD, you are getting the canvas, you're then getting the Cernay relief, you're then getting the prisms, and then you're getting your vitriol, and you've also got that fantastic lightning medium. all of that for just £29.99. You are saving a massive £25.70. That is huge. If you would like to maximise that saving, if you want to get this to your door, delivered to your door and get crafting, you do need to check your baskets out. I love the fact that, like Denise has just done, we can really go for it. You know, you can just have fun and create some incredible finishes. But you bring in the Cernay relief, and this is when you are painting with it, when you're being more controlled. That way, probably. And the choice is yours. But look, just little pieces like this look sensational. I love that. Actually mounted in a big mount. I just think that looks sensational. Look at this one as well. That is beautiful, isn't it? Just beautiful. There's so many ways you can work with this. There's so many different results that you can achieve. And I love the fact that that DVD is going to give you the confidence. That's what you need, because sometimes things like this can be scary. Do you know, I really do like the smaller, the actual smaller finished samples. I think it looks beautiful like that. Because sometimes, I just think sometimes when they're big, you get lost in it. But that, imagine that in a frame, selling these. Every single one's individual. Every single one is utterly unique. That is stunning, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Oh, let me pick this one up. Look at that. Look at that. Whoa. Look at all of that going in there. Now, that's glass as well, isn't it?
No, that's just the...
Is that it?
Yeah, it's on wood.
Oh my gosh, that feels so different on wood. That feels like it's on glass. That's amazing. I need to show you this as well. Look at that. That's beautiful. Look at all the variations that you can achieve with this. Look at that in the leaf. Stunning. Now, 384178, that's your item number. I adore this. You do need to check your baskets out. The prices are amazing, but 85% of the stock has now gone. 384178. Now, we've got a little clip. This is our Denise on the DVD, so this is the kind of thing you're going to learn. So, step-by-step instructions. You are going to be taken through learning how to apply your beautiful paints, how to mix, using such wonderful techniques, well, such wonderful tools as a cocktail stick, yay! Things you can definitely get at home. So you are going to be building up the colours, creating those fantastic blends, that and much more on that fantastic DVD, all part of your one-day special. 384178, that's your item number. Now, Denise, when I walked over there, you had a look. What fun. It has gone weird, hasn't it?
It has gone weird, yes.
Look, it is like I've taken a top layer of skin off. Isn't it?
We'll play with that in a minute. I'll have a fiddle and see what we can do to make it interesting.
In a weird way. Sorry, I'm thinking of a plus. In a weird way, I quite like it.
I'll probably put some Cern relief onto there and let it sink in. Let's have a think about that in a minute when I get a minute.
I'll move it over there, else
it'll have an elbow in it as well.
Yeah, I'm tucking myself right in.
You get close, love. It's fine. Okay, I'm going to work on glass.
Nice one.
Okay, now what I've done here, and the beauty of working on glass, is my drawing is on a piece of paper.
Yeah,
so
excellent.
we can put this down. You could do this, you could put your stamp down, you can do a drawing. There's lots of copyright-free images that you can get from books, etc, etc. So when it comes to putting the Cern relief down, this is the only part of the one-day special I haven't used yet. Put the tip down and then just draw with it.
Super.
Gentle squeeze, a bit like a tube of toothpaste.
And it just flows.
Yeah.
And how long do you need to leave that dry before it's ready for you to work in?
About an hour.
Right, that's good.
Yeah, you can actually dry that with a heat tool or a
okay.
yeah, if you're careful, you know, you can do that.
Yeah.
The paint itself, it doesn't make any. It's a solvent base, so it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
But the stone relief, if you're in a hurry, and if you are in a hurry, you can work straight into it, but you just have to be that much more careful.
Right. Okay.
So if you make a drop in the wrong place, if the stone relief is dry, you can just wipe it off.
Yeah.
But if it's wet, it just messes everything up.
Yeah. You're just hanging fire. And when it dries, does it dry slightly? It looks slightly darker, but not.
It kind of
much.
Yeah, you can see the difference. This one's dry, and that's the one I've put down. So there's not a
much,
lot in it.
And then, so literally, the stone relief, that is just going to hold the paint wherever you want it to be.
So you can see I'm using tiny, tiny amounts.
Yeah.
Just to put that in. I mean, obviously, if you put too much in, you can flood it.
Yeah.
So this is where the cocktail stick comes in. If you are doing a bigger area, then the pipettes are perfect.
Yes, perfect. I suppose as well with the pipettes, if you do get a little bit carried away and you do flood it, I suppose you could lift colour back out again with the pipettes as well,
yeah,
couldn't
you could. You can suck it back up again.
And that red is lovely.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is a bit like the piece you were seeing on the DVD. I've put the red down, then I'm putting a bit of the yellow down, this beautiful, rich, deep yellow.
Gorgeous.
And then I'm going to put down the lightning medium.
And the lightning medium on its own dries completely clear.
Transparent, yeah.
But it just allows you to start mixing those colours.
Yeah.
And I do love it because as it dries, they just look sensational when they hit the lightning medium, don't they? And
all I'm going to do is just drag the cocktail stick through to blend.
But it's lovely because you get in it, it sits without sort of. It don't merge straight in. It really sits in it, unless you actually properly mix it. You still see those lines and those veins.
Yeah, and you can see how this one has dried off from earlier on. It's lovely. So you know, and you just build it up really. So this is the leaf green prism.
Oh, nice.
I'm just going to put that down in the stem.
And it's beautiful because it doesn't flow too much. It's quite solid, isn't it?
It's quite a viscous.
That's a good word.
It is,
yes,
isn't it?
That's the one I'm after.
It's a good word for this time of the day.
It is. Well done. I won't come out with a 9, let alone 5. Now, if you do want this beautiful green, that's in the big, big collection, isn't it?
This is in the one-day special.
Oh gosh, of course it is. Yeah.
All of the colours I've been using on here of the paints are the one-day special.
Beautiful. That is such a lovely green. That's stunning.
Just tease that into the edge there. And then that'll start doing its thing. You can see here one that's dried off, and you get that separation of the prism.
The little cells look incredible.
Yeah. So again, you can just build that up.
Yeah.
And you can see that, you know, that was my drawing underneath.
And when you put it on the paper, like look at that. Look at the colours coming through.
Hold it away a little bit. You get all of that light showing through.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're fabulous.
They do look phenomenal on glass.
I love it on this. And acetate as well.
Yes, yeah. That's it. If you're into your card making, just your acetate is going to look sensational.
Your aperture cards.
Yeah.
Filling in your aperture cards.
It's one of those, it almost makes you think, I have to frame that.
Yeah.
Because to put it in a card, it almost feels like people won't appreciate it enough. If it's in a frame, it's like, you know, this is my work of art.
There's an idea. Then you make it in your card. Then on the back of the cards that you're selling, just say, ideal for framing.
Exactly.
And then when you've given it to somebody, they can frame it up as well.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, beautiful, isn't it? OK, this is your one-day special. That just looks exquisite. Such a good kit. We are approaching limited stock. This is it. It might not last the hour. We're approaching limited stock. We have literally got 20 minutes to go for you to check your baskets out. You've got that that incredible DVD that's going to give you loads of ideas, loads of inspiration. You've got your canvas, you've got your lightning medium, you've also got your prism, you've also got your vitriol, beautiful colours, and then the Cern Relief, of course. This is 384178. That's your item number, a massive saving, £25.70. Now, I'm going to come to this one. This has been so ridiculously busy as well, and I'm not surprised. Look at all these colours. I mean, this is so exciting. I love the fact that you're getting so many different colours to play with. Now, of course, it's not the full-size bottle, but you are getting a 20ml bottle, so these are going to last. And look at all the variations that you can achieve. I mean, these are just incredible. Now, they did sell out. In fact, when I came in this morning, I think they'd already gone. So we managed to get extended delivery. I think it was the 9 a.m. show we managed to sort that out. But extended delivery has been really busy as well. In fact, over 60% of the stock has gone. And it's this kind of thing you can achieve. You know, using all those different colours together, getting all that fantastic movement. And it is about the movement. You know, it's about the way they dry and the sheen, and obviously that phenomenal colour palette that you've got available now. They are just so interesting. Whether you are creating specific pictures, whether you are creating beautiful abstract, the choice is yours. And the thing is, with this kit, you have got such a choice because you've got so many colours. That's the Cosmic Cat. Now, if you'd love to get hold of this, 044 186, that's your item number. That does look amazing. Look at that. It is an incredible colour palette that you've got here for just £42.97. And of course, you do not have to pay for it in one. Your first flexi buy is just £21.49. The first purchase, your first payment will have your postage added unless you're a Freedom member. 044186. That's your item number. Now, pictures and numbers, and then we'll get back. Okay, if you want to get hold of this, you need this. This is your shimmer kids. So you're getting your 3 beautiful moon in that one. You've also got your glitter medium and your flakes for just £21.99. 772923. I'm approaching half of the stock. Not surprised. It's only £19.79 if you're a Freedom member. That is such a good value kit there. You can see everything on the website at hochanda.com. It's where you can place your orders or ring us 0173360 2000. Next. Right.
This is my cat Doogie.
Oh, very famous cat today.
Very famous cat today. Okay. If you've got an animal and you want to do one of the animal pictures, you can take your cat or your dog and you can put this down and you can use the Cern Relief around it. But sometimes I end up getting it on here, or when I take the picture off I smudge it. So I found the easiest thing to do is to go round it with a pencil.
Yeah.
Take that off and then come back in and add the Cern Relief to it.
Wonderful. And you can it's really fine as well, the Cern Relief, isn't it?
Yeah, you can get a lovely fine mark. And you can build it up. You can do 2 or 3 layers if you want a thicker finish to it.
Yeah.
So we can put that on and allow that to dry.
Yeah.
So in order to work on one that's dry,
one you prepared,
here's one true Blue Peter style. So
fabulous.
My little Scotty. So I'm going to use the colours here from the 36-piece collection.
Yes. Do you know what I love about this? That it's such a good idea because they're instantly recognisable, aren't they?
Yeah.
Isn't it funny? Okay, so the vitriol first of all.
Okay, I'm just going to give them a little stir.
Beautiful. So this is out of that massive 36, the 36 colour palette. Beautiful, the Discovery collection. Only £42.97 for all of those. See, you just literally go for it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I've used a deep blue.
Yes.
I'm using a green gold.
Yeah.
I'm going to put some of the lightning medium in just so that you can see the colours a bit. But
because at the minute it's like there is no colour there.
Dark. But I'm also going to add a little something else, which so you can start to see those colours as you put the lightning medium in.
Okay.
Right. There are most of the vitrials are transparent.
Okay.
There are 2 that are not.
Oh.
There's a gold and a pearl that are
But they're part of the vitriol family as opposed to the prisms or the fantasy. Okay, so I presume they won't break up or do anything magical apart from give you amazing colour.
Yeah.
And they've got that shimmer, haven't they?
Yeah.
Nice.
They do still mix and separate a little bit, but they don't have the qualities of the moon and the prism. But
It's
that deep blue
kind of
is like a
magic.
purple against that gold.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That's it.
And you can see little bits of that green gold coming through.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm just going to spread this up to my vitrail.
Beautiful.
And then we're going to add some of the moons on top of this.
Wonderful.
He had a little gold nose there for a minute, didn't he?
Oh, he did for a minute. That gold is beautiful.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, so you get the gold and the pearl. So with the white pearl, so if you mix it with, say, the purple, will you basically get a lilac? Is that how it works?
Let's have... Where is it? There we go. This white... Let's put a...
So this is your vitriol white pearl?
Yeah. So let's put a bit of that down. That's on the bit of the green gold, so you get that sort of shimmery...
Oh,
yeah, so if you had quite a lot of that down, you would get a more lilac-y colour.
Gorgeous. And it does, it obviously is slightly heavier because it kind of almost disappears-ish.
Sinks a little, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. The colours there are fab. So the purples come through. I'm literally just moving it round.
Yeah.
And at this stage, it's relatively easy to move round, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's that fluid.
I've got to change over to a cocktail stick because I'm getting quite close to the edge there, just to pull into those last bits.
Superb. But if you did go over it, you'd be able to
like
easily...
I've done there. Well, what I would do there is I will just wipe that off, and then I'll probably just touch it up with a bit of gesso.
Ah, okay. Okay, because it will stain the canvas benign.
The colours are so rich that it will have. But if I show you, if we just get our tissue and just wipe that back.
Oh, yeah.
Clean tissue would have been better.
But who do that?
It's the end of the day, isn't it? So, yeah, I would then just...
created a shadow under his chin.
Yeah,
that's all.
There you go, he needs a shave.
Yeah.
So then I would just cover that with a bit of gesso.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It's funny, on the screen, I'm not quite sure if you can see the purples that we can see, because you're getting the purple shoots coming through, aren't you?
Yes, let's just see if we tilt that a little bit, do you...
Oh, yeah,
you get little bits of it, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. Right, so let's start dripping some of the moons in.
Gorgeous.
And again, these are from the 36-piece Discovery set.
Beautiful. So, of course, the vitriol, you're getting that in the 36 piece Discovery set, and then the moons.
Let's have a few.
Yeah, because that looks cool.
That green, emerald green against that sort of purple blue is just lovely.
Yeah. And it moves itself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it moves and changes itself, so you don't need to start going in and manipulating it if you don't want.
No, you can just put it down. And sometimes, you know, it might be that I deliberately want to move things around, and sometimes I might not want to, but come back and it's done it all by itself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so cool. This Discovery set is very busy. In fact, 2/3 of the stock has gone.
And that's on return.
Yeah. That is on your extended delivery, waiting 14 days, but it has been so busy. Just 2 payments, £21.49. That's 044186. That's your item number. If you'd love for that. If you'd like to go for that. Not quite sure if that was Spanish. It sounded a little bit more like, who knows. That's so cool.
And this is a carmine that I'm going to use here now. It's carmine red. It's just beautiful.
Have you had favourites, or has that been lethal?
I have favourites, and then I get another pot out and I go, oh no, this is my favourite now. And then I get another pot out and I go, oh no, this one is. So no, not really.
They're not going to last long enough to say if they go off, are they?
No, not really, because you're just going to use them. What'll happen is if you leave them open too long, they do get a bit thick.
Right, OK.
But, you know...
Yeah, don't leave the pots open too long.
Yeah, you've got a while. I mean, we've had them here open most of the day in the show, and they're fine. Yeah. But it's, you know, depends on your conditions of your room.
Or the heat.
Yeah.
I love the fact that now, because that's had time, the difference, the way that's spread out compared to the ones that you've literally just done.
Yeah.
You know, you can really see how much it moves and changes.
And it depends how much you put down. If you put a big dollop down, it's going to spread further as well. Or you can just put down, you know, just the tiniest little bit.
Yeah, so even that's going to make a difference.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, that's pretty.
And it's just, I just think they're gorgeous.
So with the pearlescent, now of course onto the vitriol.
Yeah.
That's when it starts to break up and become all moony.
Yes.
Onto the pearlescent vitriol, does it do the same thing? It breaks up and becomes moony.
Do you mean if you put it onto the prism?
Yeah, no. The actual vitriol, but the pearl. You know, you've got the gold and you've got
Oh, right, yes, yeah, no, it still does, it still works the same.
Superb.
This one is a lovely colour. This is chocolate. It's a lovely, rich, dark chocolate.
That's nice.
Let's put a bit of that onto the gold. There you go, so you can see it's there on the gold.
Cool. That's a lovely colour.
Isn't it just? And it just sparkles and shimmers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tremendous.
So I'm just dobbing this around.
Just having a lovely time.
Yeah, there's no rules on it. Let's put a little dollop in the middle of the green there and see what happens. You can see immediately it's starting to push the other stuff away.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It just reacts. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. So far, you've used your vitriol and just the moon, haven't you?
I quite like keeping the moon and the prisms for this separate. There are times like when we, you know, at the beginning where we mix it all together, and there are times when I think it's quite nice just to show them off. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it really stands out, doesn't it? Sensational. Wow. OK, one day special, limited stock. That means less than 10% remaining. If you want it, you need to check your baskets. If you want to make a £25 saving,
and
on
who
that,
wouldn't?
Yeah. You need to check your basket out. I love the fact that you've got the DVD. I love the fact that Denise is going to teach you. She's going to be able to give you that confidence, because I think that is so important with products like this, because you might be able to get them home. It's great watching, but as soon as you get them home, you go, I don't know what I'm meant to do. And that DVD is going to be essential. It's going to make you open the pots and start to create, which is exactly what you need. 384178. That's your item number. Limited stock. Ooh. Just £29.99. Just 4 minutes. That looks fab, and that is going to move. So
slowly move. Yes.
Again, yeah. I mean, you can already see. Do some different colours move more than others?
I'm sure there are. If you go into the science of it, slightly different gravities within the colours.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably some float more and some sink a little bit more. But you know.
But they all look great.
They all look fab.
They all look great. OK, this is stunning. If you do want that 36-piece set, you do need to be checking out your baskets for that, because it is really, really cool. 044186. That's your item number. We are approaching 70% of the stock now. You have got your 2 flex spies. Just £21.49. I'm going to have to show that record. Okay, when did you even do that?
While you were yakking.
I didn't even see you. While I was yakking. You can do that. Right, you can do that. You can do that. Look. Saved. I think it's a feature.
It is a feature now, yes.
I quite like that. I think it looks really unusual. I see, isn't it cool? What do you see, Alex? It's a happy accident. I think that's quite.
I've got to put it down because it's still very wet. Yes.
That is fabulous. This is the kind of thing that you can do, but please keep them away from me when it's wet. Keep away from your paperwork. Oh, as if you'd do that. Now, this is your one-day special. It is now limited stock. That means less than 10% remaining. So many different looks that you can achieve. So many different types of projects you can actually do. Can I just show you how much time have we got left? 2 minutes. Can I grab the painting, or can you see it without me grabbing it and then I don't? Okay. Now then, I don't know if it's attached. No, it isn't. I will be very careful indeed, because this is Denise's. Now, see, this is completely different.
Yes.
And I love it because we have seen so many different looks. Now that, tell us again, that's actually on paper,
That's on
isn't it?
a watercolour paper. I started out, it was a life drawing that I'd done with pencil.
Yeah.
And then I decided I wanted to work with it with a Pebeo. Had to put it flat to work with it, but I'd already done the pencil sketch. Because it's on paper that's not gesso, it has seeped through a little bit, but I knew it was going to be in a frame, so it didn't
That's
matter.
amazing.
But I just love the effect that you can get with it.
I do, and I love how different everything is.
Yeah.
You know, you've got so many different looks. You've got so many different options. I will not drop this, but I know we haven't got long, so I'm not going to start faffing about. Okay, anybody? How long have we got? 1 minute. Anyone thinking of going for this, why can they not miss out in a few seconds?
Because it's just such fabulous quality and it's great fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't need any more than that, really. It's great quality, great fun, and you can have some amazing results.
Yeah, and you've got a bargain.
Yeah.
Now, it is Pebeo. It is our one-day special, but you've literally only got a little bit of time left now to check your baskets out. Denise, thank you ever so much.
It's been lovely working with you.
I have absolutely loved it. Adore all of this. Check your baskets out before you do miss out on that deal. 384178. 20 seconds. Do you know when you're back?
April.
Oh, we've got ages to wait.
I know, sorry.
Right. Make sure you watch out for our Denise coming back with us in April. Thank you ever so much.
Pleasure.
Really loved it. Stay tuned to Hochanda. See you later. Coming up next, we have got a brand new one-day special for you. We are die cutting with desire. We've then got colour, craft and create, and then we have got our fantastic desire one-day special.
Hi, I'm Katrina from Rowan Dean. We're a small family business that design embroidery kits. Embroidery has always been my passion, and I'd love to show you how to do some of the stitches and some of the kits. We're based in Derbyshire, and I'm really inspired by the landscape and flora of Derbyshire, and I think other people will be too. Our kits are really easy, and I hope they inspire you to have a go at stitching. Since we've been on Hochanda, we've had a great time. Everybody's been really friendly and really good. We've met loads of people all around the country who watch Hochanda and find it really inspiring. Don't forget to join me on my Rowan Dean shows on Hochanda.
Hi, my name is Maggie and I'm from Impressions Crafts. I've been running my business now for 15 years. It's a small family-run business in the south of Cheshire. We have a large craft shop. We sell all sorts of beading and jewellery supplies. I have a passion for making jewellery. I love working with the loose seat style flower beads, and we make thousands and thousands of angels and have been doing so for the last few years. We've been bringing to Hochanda lots of lovely beading kits, jewellery, for necklaces and bracelets and earrings. We also bring a wide range of angels and accessories, beading accessories like bookmarks. We also have our range of laser cut, sun catchers and mobiles, all the lovely crafty beads. Hope you can tune into my shows and looking forward to seeing you on Hochanda.
Hello there and welcome back. It's 6 o'clock. It's a brand new one-day special about to be launched. Oh, no, it's a special one because it's got Crafter's Companion on the too. And we've helicoptered Leanne into the studio.
Hello, it's so lovely
nice
to see you. Wouldn't it be nice to have a helicopter, wouldn't it?
Sadly, it's not as glamorous as that. But no. I have to say, I am so excited about this.
Me too.
The moment I saw them, I thought, what beautiful frames. And then I thought, well, actually, no, they're not. They are so much more than that.
They are so much more than that. They have a really unique... First of all, it's in our Desire range. It's almost like a creator card, but so much more. It's almost like a corner die, but so much more. In fact, they have a wonderful jigsaw type technology where you can really create some fantastic interconnecting designs in a myriad of different configurations.
And it's going to take us a while to show you through all of those. So I'm going to show you some finished samples to start with. We've got the details up on your screen there. Now, you can see it's going to be a brilliant deal, I have to say. But we've got a complete collection at the bottom of the screen. Now, I can feel it in my water that I think a lot of you will be going for that. We've got 6 brand new dies. So with your one day special, you've got a choice of 2 different versions. But then down at the bottom, we've got the complete collection. Now, this particular one, this is beautiful.
Fancy filigree.
Oh, I love it.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? And I think you can just see how beautiful the design is. And when you see these quickly, you've got to say, you know, they're lovely frames. But wait till you see what you can do with all of these different components. You've got your dainty daisies.
And again, this one is featuring that same one day special bundle.
And then classic flourish. That's in your first set of 3.
Wonderful. So, of course, you can get those with the details on your screen there, 637823, £29.97. At the bottom of the screen, we have got the complete collection featuring the other 3. And the beauty is that if you're going for the whole collection, you can spread your cost, so you pay no more than your one-day special for your first flexi-buy payment. I love it. Again, so what have we got in this particular set?
So in this one, we've got our elegant trellis.
I love that one. Oh, look at this one.
Opulent decor.
That is beautiful.
Parisian damask.
Oh, that's nice.
The detail is exquisite. And you know, if these were just creator cards or just corner dies, they would be fantastic and you would want them in your stash because they're the real go-tos, the real workhorses, the things that are going to be in your stash for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah,
that you're going to be able to use time and time and time again because they're just beautiful designs which are elegant and timeless. When you see the versatility, that's when you're really going to want to have these dies in your stash.
And this is it, because when we're looking at these, we're busy for these already, and as predicted, you're going for that complete collection. I think it's time that we got the idea of how these work together. So let me show you what you're getting in that complete collection. Everything you can see here. All 6 of those die sets there, every single element to create the most incredible cards, from little tiny 4x4 cards to pretty much as large as you want them to go, as large as your die cutting machine will allow you to go. Now the beauty of this is we actually got a freedom discounted price as well. So for £53.93, and of course your flexi-buy payments will come down with that one as well. You can take advantage of this. 006265. We've got photo corners, again using those dies.
Photo corners using those dies. You've got full decorative toppers. You've got embellishments that can go around a circle if that's what you want to do. You can do your small cards. You can just do a layered corner. You can cut and use it as a creator card. You can layer it as a frame. You can just do it on half of an edge. You can do it round a corner if you want. Wait till you see how fantastic these are. I can't tell you how excited I am about them because they're beautiful and they're in that wonderful creator card theme and corner theme and edgeable theme. However, there is so much more you can do with them.
They remind me of that toy, you know, the little building blocks that the kids play with that can become anything you want them to be. That's what we're talking here, and that's where you got the creativity. If you're wanting to get hold of yours, get hold of them as soon as you possibly can. Lots of you going for these already, but of course we want to show that concept. 006265 being your item number, £59.94 being your price to get hold of the complete collection, and this is what you're going to get, all of these. But if you are a Freedom member, then why not take advantage of these? In fact, if you're not a Freedom member, why not become a Freedom member? Because the saving that you are getting with this means that you are going to be able to get that discount we've been talking about and reduce those payments, those flexi-buy payments. And already, we're only a few minutes into the hour, and already 10% of the one-day special stock has gone. I'm so excited. Now, if you can you explain to us what we've got? Well, I know you can, because you explained to me earlier.
Of course I can. So what we've got here is a set of dies, and you've got 2 full corners, which are these 2 here. Then you've got your interconnecting dies, and I'll show you how those work. This corner looks like a full corner, however, it splits out into these 3 dies.
Ooh, okay.
So you've got your cut-in detail, you've got your inside edge cut detail and your outside edge cut detail. On every single one of those, you've got that functionality. So let me show you what that means.
So that works out at 15 dies per pack?
Yes.
Oh, the complete collection.
Right, so what I've got here is this board to show you what I mean by that. So this is the cut-in creator card die, and you can see that just fits in there. Then we've got the larger interconnector, and we've just gone all the way around the outside. Here you can see we've done exactly the same. So you've got your cut-in die, and then we've got the smaller interconnecting die, and it's just gone all the way around the outside. And then we've got the smaller one here, again, cut in, small interconnecting die, and then gone all the way around. And then on the smallest one here, if I push that up, you can see that we've just done the 4 corners. So you can go everywhere from your 4x4 to your 5x5 to your 6x6 to your 8x8 by using that one set of dies and just cutting them in.
And the corner that you've just used, is that a repeat of the same one?
It is.
You can cut two at the same time.
Which saves you lots of time, absolutely. So that's what happens if you use your cut-in creator card die.
Okay.
This is what happens if you just simply use your outside cutting edge. So you just cut beautiful, decorative mats and layers. You can see that there. Nice. And again, we've got sized for our 8x8, 6x6, 5x5, 4x4.
And again, that's using those interconnecting pieces.
Absolutely.
That will allow you to stretch that design out.
Absolutely. And I will be able to show you that in more detail as we do a demonstration.
Okay. And this is still with the same designs. We're on to the third board now.
Yeah, I've used no different die in here. Completely different again. So this is what happens when you use your creator card cut in and the little frame together, and you line them up and cut them all the way around. And again, you can see you've got your 8x8, 6x6, 5x5, 4x4. Actually, you're not limited to that, because you could have 2 large connectors there if you want to. You're only limited by your die cutting machine. Because all of the dies are separate, you can put them in whatever configuration you want and wherever you want on your project. This is just to kind of try and show you how they work.
Okay.
Then, if we look at this board here,
oh, wow.
This is what I mean by that in terms of this long one at the bottom. This has got 2 corners, a large interconnector and 2 small ones. And then you see how they jigsaw together?
They're beautiful.
And then here we've got the large, the medium and the small. The large, the corners and the large, the corners and the medium, the corners and the small, to give all of those different sizes of card base that you could be working on. This is gorgeous because it shows how you just create a lovely filigree bottom to your card, if that's what you want to do, using the cut-in and the edge that I've just shown you. You can decorate all of your envelopes if that's what you want to do. And actually this edge here on the envelope's been created with those edge dies as well. So if you've got a straight edge envelope, use your edge dies, line them up, you'll get a really beautiful decal edge on there. And then this is what happens when you use that third die that I haven't shown you yet, these here. So this is where you've got a piece of card, you do your cut in, you do your little edge that I've just shown you on all of those boards, and then the third die that comes with that one goes along and create your layering pieces in all of those different sizes if that's what you want to do.
And they all come in a die like that.
Yes.
This is brilliant.
That's just one packet.
One packet, and you've got 6 of those. Oh my goodness.
And 6 different designs.
Over 90 dies out of the whole bundle.
So this is just a little card to show you the matting and layering with a cut in. Then you can see there where we've used the outside edge, it's a little different. And then you can see what happens when you use the layering. Same set of dies. So much more you can do if you want to. You can do them on the end of your little tags if that's what you want to do. And you can do tiny little tags. You can do lovely big bookmarks if that's what you want to do. You can do a larger tag because you've got all of the dies in the correct size. Here you can see we've used it to do an easel with just the top and bottom to match with those dies. You can just decorate the bottom of a half-fold card if you want to. A couple of different ways of using them there. The options are absolutely endless, and of course your size options are endless as well, because you're going from your 5x5, from your 4x4, 5x5 and 8x8 mats and layers using one set of dies. And you know, I could have created so many more things to show you. And we could have spent a whole hour going on this and this and this and understand this, but we've got to show you how to craft with them as well. Hopefully that shows you the versatility. I really did want to show you that because I'm thrilled with them, and you are going to be too. They're really a workhorse, Hayley. You're going to go back to these time and time again for just decal edge mats, for just your cut-in detail, for all of your decoration on there. You're never going to run out of possibilities and options with these.
And I love the way that Crafter's Companion have really stripped it back to make it the smallest amount of metal that's been needed.
Yes.
And because of that design, it keeps the price down.
Yes.
And that's the key thing. You could get hold of all 6 of those sets, £59.94, or as a Freedom member, £53.95. Now you can see why I was excited. You can see why I wanted to do that preview on Facebook, and you can see why approaching 20% of the stock has already gone. Oh, 25% of the stock. Oh my goodness, wow. You're loving these. And I'm not surprised. I'm going to show you some more finished samples with these, because now that you've got the concept, now that you understand how they work together, now you are ordering in your droves, and it is beautiful. I mean, every single one of these finished samples shows you a beautiful way that these can be put together. But of course, you'll come up with so many more ideas as well. The beauty of corners, I always love corner dies because of course you can have them in the corners, but of course the beauty of these dies is you don't need that outside cutting edge if you don't want it. It's there if you want to use it, but then you can cut into your card. You can create the most incredible outlines, as you can see here. Gorgeous corners there, the black and gold together. Absolutely exquisite. Now, of course, you could create a decorative edge if you wanted to. You can cut into that design. It really does give you the versatility. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, the gorgeousness is that you've got there, using that one edge, you can cut the outside and have it actually cutting on your fold, like those fabulous creator card dies. But of course, then it will cut into your cardstock, just like we've seen before with those fabulous dies. Over and over again, you are going to be using these in so many different ways. You'll astound yourself with the different possibilities. And I'd like to say that you've got, I don't know, thousands of ideas. You've probably got hundreds of thousands, depending on how you work with these together. Absolutely beautiful. Now, on your screen, you've got the details for the complete bundle. Your one-day special is the details at the bottom of your screen, but I have to say the bundle with all 6 of these dies is the most popular way for you to get hold of them. And you've got your flexi buy on this as well. So that first payment, even if you're not a Freedom member, is going to be £29.97, which is going to be the cost of one of your regular one-day specials. But you're going to get both because you've got 2 flexi buys. Now, if you're a Freedom member, then that price is going to come down. You have got an additional saving. And of course, that means that flexi buy payment will come down as well to £26.98. Now, you haven't got a discount on the one-day special. As a Freedom member, you are saving even more by taking advantage of that complete collection. And of course, you can add in your Freedom membership at the same time as adding these into your baskets. You're going to be able to create gorgeous borders. You're going to be able to create fabulous mats and layers. You are going to get truly creative with these, an incredible and almost infinite way of working with these. Now, of course, these, along with lots of other things that Leanne has brought with her, are on the website. So I do urge you to check out on the website what we've got. I'm going to head back over to see our Leanne, but you can see there individually they are available on the website at £11.99. To be honest, that is brilliant value for money. But take advantage of that one-day special or that complete collection, and your saving really does start kicking in. Definitely take advantage of those. You're going to love these. I'm so excited for these, Leanne.
Me too, honestly. Yeah. And when you see, I keep saying it, but I can't help myself. When you really see it, you'll be like, now I know why I need them. And they will not go out of fashion because these aren't on-trend designs. They're not the things that you're seeing everywhere else in the house. They're just beautiful, filigree, timeless designs that will be able to use for a myriad of different projects and will never ever date. So you're always, they'll never, no you won't, because they're so, you'll always be finding a different way to use them. I almost think we need to set up a whole Facebook group just for these dies to challenge yourself, like challenge Annika to see how many different ways you can use them. So what I've got here is just a plain piece of white card. I'm using my Gemini. They will, of course, if you're using your smaller projects, work on your Junior as well, because they're just nice little dies. But I've got my Gemini because I want to use some bigger cards as well to show you the real versatility. I've got the 2 corners, and I'm using the 2 different outside edges here, so I can show you the different type of effect you'll get just on one piece of card, just to really for you to see how fantastically easy they are to use. So I'm just going to line this up in the corner. Take your time to get that just where you want it to be. And then whenever we've got concept dies, the thing I always say to you is tape, 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 tape. So really do tape them down. Don't be scared to use a good amount of tape because you don't want them to move when they're going through the machine. So do keep them in position with plenty of repositionable tape. Okay, and that will just mean that you're not having to redo your project again.
Wonderful.
So that's with the outside die. So I've got the cut-in creator card and I've got my outside cutting edge there.
Okay.
And then here I've got my creator card, the cut-in detail, and I've got my inside cutting edge. And I'm just going to bring that in a little bit further because I just want to show you how different they are with the different cutting edge. I'm going to use my pokey tool.
So the cutting edge there, are you bringing it in from the outside edge?
I am. I'm bringing it in from the outside edge for this one because I'm going to create a photograph corner.
Ah, I see. Now we've got the details up on the screen for the complete collection. We've been doing our maths, and I'm just going to very quickly mention to you, if you're not a Freedom member already, when you hear this, you might want to become a Freedom member because, of course, you've got your discount, so we've been talking about that one. You are going to be saving by taking advantage of the Freedom prices you've got here. So that's an extra £6 saving, which is 10%, okay? You're also going to be saving on your post and packing. So that's going to save you, £2.95. So overall, adding those two together, your saving is going to be £8.95. Now, guess what? Your Freedom membership is just going to cost you £6.97. So already you've got a few pounds in your pocket spare, but then you've got a whole calendar month of all of those additional benefits, things like additional discounts, things like your standard post and packing being included with your membership for a whole month. You can cancel it in a month's time if you want to, just get in touch. But do consider taking advantage of it for this complete collection. Really is a brilliant way for you to save money with this one. And as we said there, if you're not a Freedom member already, you can become a Freedom member at the same time as checking this out. All 6 of these dies, and don't forget, you'd normally be paying £11.99 for each one of these individually, plus your post and packing, because of course you've got your £2.95 post and packing for your first payments, and then an additional £1 for each additional one after there. They really are a brilliant idea, and as we saw earlier on, lots of different ways you can be working with these. So you can see here the decorative edge, but this is a decorative edge that has been built up. So starting off with your corners, you've got your corners there, you've got your centrepiece, you've got a variety of different sizes of those centrepieces, and then you can build up from that. In fact, I think I might grab the boards and go through those, but have a look at what you've got in your complete collection to start with. You're getting all 6 of these fabulous dies featuring within there, but of course, with these luxurious dies, you're going to want some luxurious cardstock. Well, guess what? We can help you with that here, and it is part of a pick and mix deal. So this is brilliant. We've got lots of different colours for you to take advantage of. We're looking at our greens, our golds, and our fabulous reds there, as you can see there. And this is absolutely beautiful. So you've got all sorts of different colourways in here, and the gorgeousness of this is that you're getting different styles of card within there. So let's have a little look at these. We've got a whole array here of the different colours that you can see. So you've got lots of different, going from your fabulous cool tones through your warm tones as well, and of course you've got your silver feature in the back here. And what you've got in each one of these bundles, we've just got one sheet of each to show you, you've got 3 different styles of cards. So you've got your luxury glitter cardstock, incredible amount of glitter with that one. You've got no drop with this as well. So it's very, very smooth. It's almost like a velvet-like touch with this particular one, so absolutely beautiful. Then in addition to this particular one, you have got that gorgeous satin finish, as you can see there. And then finally you've got that mirror, and look at that. You can actually see our cameras in that. The cameras, the light, absolutely everything in there. What else have we got going on? Got all sorts going. Absolutely gorgeous. So, of course, that is your first bundle. That particular one, I think, is with your cool tones in that. We've got lots of different choices for you. So that's your ice blue. Next one that we've got featuring here, I need to put these back in the order, don't I? Because I need to make sure they're all neat and tidy. You've got your purples, classic Crafters Companion colours, greens, you've got your reds, you've got your golds, and, of course, you've got silvers. On a pick and mix, so you can take advantage of these, and you're picking any 3 of those colourways for £24.97. Now, if you use a lot of those cool tones, you might want to go for 3 repeats of that one that I've just shown you. You can do. It's your pick and mix, you decide. But then you are getting all different stages of these. So you've got your glitter, you've got your satin finish, and you've also got your mirror card there. 778503 being your item number. As you can see there, £24.97 being your price, and you're saving £5 on those. Works out at 42 pence per sheet. That is brilliant value for money, isn't it? Perfect for using alongside your one-day special, and of course that complete collection that we've been chatting around. And as you can see here, this is your one-day special. So here you have got all those dies. We've got 2.5-minute queues on the phone lines. I do apologise for keeping you waiting with those orders. So yeah, we will keep you entertained in the meantime. The majority of you taking advantage of that complete collection, which is why we're seeing approaching a third of the stock having gone now. Time is ticking away, and I can't believe how incredibly busy we are. And don't forget, if you are not a Freedom member already, then this is a why not deal. Taking advantage of that saving by becoming a Freedom member today, you will be saving more. You'll be saving on your post and packing, and you'll be getting that additional 10% saving as well. So definitely worth considering. 006-265. Can't believe how busy we are, Leanne.
Do you know, I can almost not believe it, but then also I can understand why, because they are absolutely fantastic. So I'm just moving my repositionable tape, and then keep that for later. Waste not, want not. As my gran used to say. And then we'll take the dies off so you can see how they're going to work. So this is the one with the beautiful outside edge. So you see I've just taken off the outside die, and it's cut that away for me. And of course when you're connecting them all the way around, it would line up, so that's what that little piece of card is there. Then as we remove the create card element of it, the cut-in die,
wow,
you've got that beautiful filigree that you can see there. How gorgeous is that? On the opposite side, I've just removed that die from that edge, so this is on the other side, this is on the opposite edge, the cut facing into the card rather than the outside. We'll remove our die again, so you see you've got that beautiful filigree, and you've still got your straight edge, but you've got a cut line in there. And if I just show you
things like invitations and things,
so if I just show you there, that's how you do your photograph corner, so that you can tuck things into it. And that's what happens by just using the cut in, and then each of those separate edges in a different way. Either your beautiful filigree on the outside, or you've got your little tuck in photograph corner, so you can tuck in your mat and layer. And of course you could do that on all four corners and tuck your mat and layer in, so that you can see the card, the colour of the card beneath, if that's what you want to do.
That is brilliant. I love it. So clever. All those elements included within that die set. 90 dies in total as well with all of those.
Fabulous, aren't they?
Brilliant. Yeah. So, if you wanted to get hold of yours, 006-265. Lots of different ways you can be able to use those. And of course, Leanne's going to be taking us through our paces, giving us examples of ideas of how you're working with these. But I will warn you that a third of the stock has gone. Of course, now that we understand the concept, we're getting busier and busier for these. Now that you're adding these in your basket, taking advantage of them, you will be able to see lots of different ideas, lots of designs over the next 24 hours, enabling you to create all sorts of variations. Now, if you're wanting to get hold of your Freedom membership, let me just mention to you what you're going to get with that. Your standard delivery, as you can see, unlimited. Exclusive members discounts, including with your complete collection today. And of course, you're going to get your monthly newsletter and your members badge for £6.97. 888 being your item number. You can add it into your basket really easily. You can go for your complete collection, add it to your basket, and then as you come to checkout, it will give you the option to become a Freedom member if you're not already. Should we show you? So there you go, add it. You can see the button goes green, and there it is, sitting in our basket. We can choose at this stage if we want to go for flexi buy. So if we're not a Freedom member, it's £29.97. The same price as your one-day special, by the way. But down at the bottom of the screen, you can see normally we'd be paying £2.95, or maybe you're going for one of the other options there, which, as you can see, the price is increased. But down at the bottom, you can click to say that you would like to become a Freedom member. And then as soon as you do that, keep an eye on that post and packing there of £2.95. And guess what? It's disappeared, because as a Freedom member, you won't need to pay that. Look at that. So there you go. You can see there. Definitely worth taking advantage of that deal. Now, Leanne, what are you up to?
So I thought we'd have a look at how we can create a really pretty card just using the dies and two colours of card. Okay. So we've just got a white card base and blue and some black card there. We've all got pretty card in our stash at home, and I wanted to show how we could use the dies a little differently. Okay. So there we go. So we're going to have a look at that. So I've got my piece of pale blue card, and actually this time I'm just using my cut-in detail, and I've lined up my two corners, and then I'll put my sandwich together and pop it through the machine.
Lovely.
So you could, of course, if you wanted to, do them on opposite corners, but with these you've got the two corners in there, so you would do this twice.
Yep.
You would do it at the bottom and then you would just flip them and do it at the top.
Because you could have been rather frugal and just put one set
We
in
could
for
have,
if
and you would have had to do it
wanted
4 times,
Yeah.
but you know, we like to think, what we do at Crafters Companion is think, what would we want if we bought this set of dies ourselves, and then try to give you exactly what we would want.
Lovely.
Okay, so then I'm going to, there it is there, just lift up my repositionable tape. I can't recommend enough repositionable tape, repositionable tape, repositionable tape when you're using these dies, because it really is important not to have them moving around, especially when you're lining them up into corners and on nice straight edges. You want them to stay straight. So we'll just do that, remove the tape, and then we'll pop the dies out.
Now, if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask about the one-day special or the complete collection, you know how to get in touch. studio@hochanda.com. What do you think of this one-day special? What do you think of these designs? Have you gone for it? Have you gone for the complete collection? Because I know that's proven to be the most popular way of getting hold of this, and it's not surprising when you see that, Kurt. It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous, and they're just lovely on their own as just cut-in dies, you know, just to give you that lovely edge around the outside. So I'm going to fast forward from this to all of my little pieces here and show you how it would go together. Now, another top tip from me, so I'll just quickly tell you before I start waxing lyrical, I've already got my easel card done, and I'm just going to do my matting and layering. On this one, I've done exactly what you've just seen me do. And then I've done it again at the top.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm just going to use my repositionable glue.
Wonderful.
Now, my dies are box fresh. You can see I'm using them out of the package. So I've literally get into the studios, cut the top off, and I'm using the dies.
Okay.
At home, I will have magnetic sheets for these dies.
Yes.
And I will keep them super organised.
Yeah.
Because each of those little outside frames and inside frames are specific to each design.
Right.
So if you haven't got magnetic storage at home, invest in some magnetic storage for this set of dies.
Do a fabulous binder,
absolutely
don't they?
do.
It's a sealed binder, so nothing can fall out.
Nothing can fall out. I think it's really important because it'll keep all of the pieces which should be together when you're using them.
And that's true, because you're not going to want to lose any of these elements.
You're not. Okay, so we're going to just do our matting and layering, and again, I love this. I love monochromatic cards anyway, but I think it's great to be able to see how you can do something really pretty just using a couple of pieces of card from your stash. So that's the top of the easel card.
Beautiful.
Then what I've done is just my little panel here, using the 2 corners, and that's going to go at the bottom to create my stopper.
Wonderful. A beautiful thing as well, we've got the complete collection up on your screen, but you might have noticed on the website we have got them available individually as well. That's the thing that I love about Crafters Companion. They kind of think of everybody with all budgets. So it might be that you want to go for the complete collection, you want to spread that cost, well, you can do. Very easy, £29.97. Obviously a little bit less than that if you're a Freedom member. Or you can go for them individually. There are 6 different dies, £11.99 each. So if you did just want to go for one set, you can do, but you'll be coming back for more, to be fair. So if you can stretch to the complete collection, then you can do. For instance, this particular one, you have been loving the fanciful filigree. That's not an easy one to say, is it? £11.99, 093851. But the complete collection is proving to be the most popular way for you to get hold of those.
So this is my 5 3/4 mat that I did, and then I've done a 4x4 one that I've just put on a joint, created in exactly the same way, and then just twisted it round so that it fills in the little gaps. I've now got my sentiment with a little bit of our foam tape on the back.
Wonderful.
And that can just go in the middle.
Leanne.
Yeah?
Approaching 40%.
No. Well, I'm not surprised. I am and I'm not.
Yes.
You know, it's always great when you love something, but it's even better when you get it.
And
you know,
also
you understand.
everybody else loves it as well.
Exactly, because we spend so long thinking about these products, you know, and designing them and hoping that everybody will love them as much as we do. When you do, obviously that's fantastic, isn't it? So I've just got a couple of little swirly bits that I'm going to stick in there.
And I think if you've just joined us, it might be an idea if we go through the concept and perhaps go through those boards again when you finish, if that's okay.
Of course, no problem.
Because when you're looking at these, you might think, oh, what a beautiful card. I like those dies. Guess what? This is just using a couple of dies. In fact, it's only using the one, isn't it?
It's using one, and only in one way.
Yes. That's it. Honestly, the combinations that you've got with these, I'm no good at maths. There's no way I could work out the combinations. But to be honest, there are going to be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of variants of how you are working with these, almost to an infinite number, I should imagine. That is beautiful.
And, you know, it's just using the cut-in die. So one of the dies, the corner die from the set,
cutting it into some pretty cardstock, a little bit of matting and layering, a sentiment, a boards and easel stopper, and you've got something that looks really beautiful and elegant. And it's just one of the elements on the die set in one way. So many other ways you can use them.
That's one die. You've got 90 in that complete collection. You can imagine how many different variations you're going to get. Let's show you those dies again. We'll get those boards in and show you the concept again. All 6 of these dies are coming to you. 006265 being your item number if you're wanting to go for that complete collection. Of course, if you are a Freedom member, then there's lots of ways that you are going to be able to take advantage of that saving. It's just, well, not just this saving, lots of different products, to be honest. But with your one-day special, you're going to be choosing any 3 of those. Details are at the bottom of the screen. Freedom members, for you to take advantage of that additional discount, the complete collection is on your screen. 006265, £53.95. You are taking advantage of that saving on your one-day special twice, because obviously you've got that complete collection, but you're also going to be saving an additional 10%. You're also going to be saving on that £2.95 post and packing. So overall, you are saving nearly £9, to be honest, with those two combined together. In fact, is it going to be working out? Oh, because you're already saving £6, aren't you? Because of the one day, yeah, and another £6, of course, yeah. So you're saving £12 on each of those 2 collections, and then yeah, you've got your £2.95 a post and packing. Wow. And an additional £1 because, yeah, so you're saving, let's just get this right. So if you're a Freedom member and you're taking advantage of the 2 one-day specials, how much is it you're saving, Nikki? £12, because you're getting £6 off each one. Yeah, yeah, I get that. And then you're saving an extra £6 because of that 10% saving. Wow. And then you post and packing on top of there as well, which is £2.95. Now, let me just, can I just double check that with you, Nikki, because the one day, the details we've got on the screen there, I'm just trying to think, because the complete collection, the 2 together is saving the £12, isn't it? Because obviously, yeah, I'm confusing myself now. You got a huge saving. It's a why not, dear. Honestly, Leanne, as soon as you get maths involved, that's it, I'm in trouble.
No, I'm no good either. I'm no good at maths or measuring. I just kind of do everything by eye. That looks big enough.
That's why things like this are perfect for us, because we don't want to do the measuring. We don't want to do all those bits and pieces. Now, if you've just joined us, we're talking about a brand new concept. We're not talking about maths. It's not a maths lesson. That's boring. Don't want to be doing that. We are halfway through our launch of our one-day special, and it's a brilliant, brand new concept brought to us from Hochanda, brought to us from Crafter's Companion to Hochanda. I'm going to hand over to you, Leanne. You know what you're talking about.
Okay, so we've got, in the one-day special, you've got 3 sets of dies, and each set of dies will have all of these options. So you've got 2 corners, which can be used in many different ways. That'll become obvious to you in a second. Then you've got a small interconnector for your small. Interconnector means fits in between to make a frame, and I'll just show you that quickly so you can see what I mean by that. So you see they make a frame. Then you've got a medium-sized one for your larger mats and layers, and a large one. So what does that actually mean? I move that to one side. I'll be able to show you one here. So you see we've got our corner die there, lined up on the cut in, and that's what will happen when you put that in. So that lines up on your cut in. Then you get 2 of those, just so you know. You only have to do that once on that side, once on that side. These are the interconnecting dies, the jigsaw dies that I'm talking about. And you can see then, oh, wrong way around, that's the larger one, and that's being cut in there, and it's being cut in 3 times to join up the corners, which has given us that frame. Fabulous. We've given you the 3 different sizes, so that you can do small to large mats and layers. So you can see you've got your small one, your medium one, your large one. Okay. So that's working on our 8x8, 6x6, 5x5, 4x4 pieces of card for your mats and layers. And that's just using the 4 corners on their own. Okay. So that's only using the cut-in detail. Wonderful. That's what happens. Then we give you also the outside. So we've got the outside frame here for all of these dies, and you can line these up and cut those. That's the wrong one. Let me get the right one. Get the right one, Leanne. Here it is. Got it. So you see, you can line those up, and they'll interconnect all the way around. And if I just move that away a little bit, you can see that. Clever. You can see that goes all the way around and creates your decal edge mat and layer if you only want to use those dies. Okay. And of course, again, you've got your 8x8, 6x6, 5x5, 4x4 mat and layer. Lovely. What happens if you put them together? Well, then you get the cut-in detail with that beautiful filigree edge
cut at the same time. So if I just move that away, you can see that. And of course, you join them up all the way around, and because you've got those different sizes of interconnecting jigsaw type die, then that shows you how you can create your 4x4, 5x5, 6x6, 8x8 mat and layer with the cut-in and the lovely filigree around the outside. This is just one set of dies. All of these different options with one set of dies. The possibilities are absolutely endless.
Oh, this is my favourite board.
This is what I also want to show you, because these ones here at the bottom is what happens when you use all three dies together. So that's your cut-in detail, that's your outside edge die, and then it's also the inside edge die. Get the right one, this one here, there we go. I've got a couple of sets of dies mixed up there. And your inside edge die, is it that one? There it is there. No, different set of dies, but you get the idea.
We've got one.
Here it is, there it is, found it, look.
Do you know what I would do? What I sometimes do is I'd put a little blob from a permanent marker pen.
Yes.
And have, like, this is my blue die. So I put a dot of blue, dot of blue, dot of blue, and then you know which ones
go together. And that's why I was saying get your magnetic and arrange them on your magnetic, and always put them back when you've finished using them, and then you'll have them exactly where they need to be.
Lovely.
Use all three together, and it cuts out these delicate filigree embellishment layering pieces, which is wonderful. Shows you that you can then cut them just along the edge, the bottom edge of a card, and create that beautifully if you want to. You can cut it into the corner of an envelope, use the outside dies and make your envelope decal edged. But then this shows you all of the size options, because what we've got here is using our large and then small interconnecting die with the corner, and then the same on the opposite side. You get a large mat and layer, but then you could use the medium one here with the small and the corner, and get a smaller mat and layer, and so on and so on and so on. So you've got all of these options, and of course you could use the outside cutting edge and have them decal edge if you want to. You could only use this edge and have them as photograph corners if you want to. The possibilities are absolutely endless with these collection of dies, and they're just really beautiful, really usable dies that you're going to go back to time and time and time again.
I love it. And again here, showing us those different combinations.
So this is showing you how you can do your different sizes of mats and layers. So you can see here that you've got, and this is delicate daisies, how you've got your corners and your small interconnector, corners and the medium interconnector getting bigger, and then bigger again, corners and the larger jigsaw die there. Really beautiful frame, and then all of these options available to you as well. So you can do little mini easel cards.
Oh, look at that.
If that's what you want to do. And then I've got a larger one in here. Or you can do exactly the same technique with a larger easel card. Because the dies are all separate, you've got a ridiculous amount of possibilities by just putting them together in different configurations and using them in different places. Put them on the bottom of your tags, on a big tag if you want to, on the bottom of your bookmarks. Just make a lovely edge on the bottom of a basic folded card. The possibilities are absolutely endless, and I wouldn't have enough time even if we had a 5-hour show to show you everything you can do.
That's it. Well, I've got a suggestion. Perhaps tomorrow we could do a little bit of a Facebook Live and go through all those concepts.
I'd love to.
Because that way, if we keep it on our Facebook page, you'll be able to watch it for infinity, won't you? Whereas Cratchif is just for a couple of weeks, so we will show you later. Now, you have got a lot to take in there, lots of different ideas, lots of different concepts, and that's the beauty of this. It's not a one-trick pony, nowhere near a one-trick pony. You've got 6 different die sets in that complete collection down at the bottom. Your one-day special is 2 sets of 3s, dependent on which you want to go for, but the majority of you are going for exactly this. It's the complete collection, 006265, and as Leanne's just shown you so eloquently, it is an incredible deal. 90 dies. You are getting 90 dies that you're going to be able to use in a variety of different formation, and these are beautiful. The packaging is brilliant, and the cards that we've just shown you have actually been created using these, so we'll perhaps have another look at those a little bit later on. But when we turn these around, you will see how incredible they are. I'm going to go for the nearest one because I'm less likely to lock everything over. So within here, you can see at the bottom, it's showing you all the different dies there. So that's where you've got the possibilities. You may well have looked at these when they were on the website before we launched them and thought, what a fabulous die set is making a lovely frame. It will make a lovely frame, but it will make so much more. And as Leanne has said, you've got all the elements. Now, I do urge you to check out on the website for your magnetic sheets because, as Leanne said, it's important that you don't use any of these elements. This particular corner here, you have got obviously your corner there, you've got your outside edge, you've got that inside edge. You can use all three together to create a little element that you can use as a topper. You could use it without that outside edge to create a little, with that outside edge there, but without the outer one there to create a photo corner, or maybe you just want a decorative edge to your cardstock. You have got the choice. The choice is yours to decide. So that is the first one we saw Leanne working with. Then you've got your elegant trellis. This is... Oh, that one was elegant trellis. Do apologise. That was elegant trellis. This particular one, it would help if I had my glasses on, wouldn't it? But sorry, that just didn't even think. So this particular one, we've got more of a straight edge design to this one, which I think again is beautiful. Sometimes not having all that intricacy with a lacy edge makes it something that's brilliant for different genders. So perhaps that's something that you're thinking of. Again, the card that's been created with these, absolutely beautiful. The finished card. Shall I bring that in just to show you? Look at that. Quite a masculine look to this one as well. You can see what I mean by those straight edges. That is the card that is featuring on your packaging, so you could actually recreate this at home if you're wanting to. That's that one. Next one we've got here is your opulent... That was opulent decor, sorry. You would get that. I'll have the swing of this by the end of the 24-hour period, won't I? We'll have a go with that one. So yes, that one's your opulent decor. The next one that we've got here, this one is beautiful. We're off to Paris. This one is your Parisian damask. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, let's turn that around and have a little closer look at that one. You've got your inner dies, you've got your outer dies as well. And this one, it has got a truly elegant lacy edge. Look at that. And again, this is the card featuring on your packaging. I love this one because the centrepiece there, you've got two flat edges and you just almost made it into a large tag. Do like that idea. So that is your first option with regards to your one-day special. Those three dies working together absolutely beautifully. But of course, if you're going for the complete collection, there are included one-day special details are at the bottom of the screen. So that might be your first option you're going for. Now, this is going to be interesting. The ones down at the front, the classic flourish. Let's turn this one round so you can have a little look at this one. Very carefully, Hayley, don't knock anything over. Now, this is nice. This has got a lovely, nice clean edge again to it. Perhaps you don't always want that fabulous flourish edge to it. Well, this one, you've got a nice smooth edge, and this is the card that's featuring on your packaging. Again, beautiful. They are timeless. You've got a little kind of pinprick detail with these as well. Elegance personified, but don't forget this is just one way of using those dies. Leanne's going to be showing us so many different variants as the day progresses. The next one we've got here, this one is beautiful. Let me show you that one. So far, so good. Again, the packaging depicts this gorgeous card. This time we're talking about dainty daisies. And look at this. Cutting your Centura pearl out. Absolutely beautiful. Such fine detail. I do find it incredible how much detail we can get with these dies. And I think back to the first dies that we probably had, what, maybe 15 years ago, something like that. They were so simplistic. But now, of course, that engineering and that brilliant attention to detail we've got with these makes them so much more intricate. Now, this one is your fanciful filigree. Pop that one right so. This one's pretty as well, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. And again, the card shown on the packaging is this particular one. That is elegance, isn't it? That could be a wedding invitation, it could be the save the date, could be the place settings. Using all those different edges, those different concepts that Leanne shared with us, it could be anything you want. Now, the beauty of this is if you are going for the complete collection, you don't need to make any choices with regards to your one-day specials. You are going to get everything. All of these absolutely beautiful. Now, with the complete collection, obviously you've got your 2 one-day specials, so we're taking into consideration the savings that you're getting with those. So you're saving £6 off both of those because of that one-day special saving. That's £12, okay? But then you've got a 10% discount on top of that. With your Freedom membership, it's bringing it down even further. So regularly you'd be paying £59.94, but then you'd be paying £53.95. So you're saving an extra £6. So you've got your £12 saving that you'd have from your one-day special, £6 on each of those, and an additional £6 because you're simply a Freedom member. That's £18 saving. And then what about your post and packing? £2.95. As a Freedom member, you won't need to pay that. So bundle all those savings together. You are saving, wow, this is amazing, £20 and, oh, hold on, where am I? £20 and 95. £20 and 95 pence. It's almost as if this bundle is split into 3 payments and the first one's been taken care of, isn't it? Because you're talking £29 and 97 pence if you wanted to get hold of these. It's an incredible saving. You didn't, and it's no wonder you're going for these. Now, of course, you might be thinking, well, what is Freedom? I haven't got my Freedom membership. Is it worth me getting it just for this? Well, the answer is yes. A resounding yes, because your Freedom membership is going to cost you £6 and 97 pence, but you are heading for a £21 saving as being a Freedom member with that complete collection. And you can add it into the basket at the same time as taking advantage of that. So there you go. If you want to take advantage of both of those one-day special savings and an extra 10%, become a Freedom member, and there you go. You'll be able to take advantage of that. And now, of course, this is the launch hour. We've got more hours to come. We're going to be seeing Leanne again at 8 o'clock with Janet. Wow. He's really excited about this as well. Yeah,
he was really excited. Well, because they're fantastic.
Well, yeah.
And they just are. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to have a look at this now, because I thought it would be lovely to look at how you can use the individual elements cut out to layer them up and make a card.
Nice idea.
Now, this will take a little bit of time to cut, so I've got quite a bit pre-prepared, and I'm going to talk you through what I've done as well.
Lovely.
As cut them, and give you some hints and tips on how to do it easily.
Lovely.
All right, so I'll pop that to one side. So what I've got to start is just my cream base card. That's there. And then you can see I've got my matten layer here. Now, what I've done here to create the scallop edge on the matten layer is to use my outside dies and just join them up. So you can see I've used my 2 corners here and here, and then I've used the long one. Just get that off there to show you. I must get my magnetic sheet in between shows. It's got to be the law. Magnetic sheets. Okay, there we go. And then I've used the long one. Here it is. And they all join up, and I've just used those around the outside, and that has cut my matten layer with the lovely scallop edge. So that's how I've used those, okay, and gone round. So that's ready for me to decorate. Then I've taken some cream card, which I've got here, 2 pieces, and I've taken from the corner die set the outside scallop and the inside cut line, and I've lined those up on my plate. I've cut that scallop there, and then I've cut this one here. Lovely. By lining them up. Okay, and I've done 2 of those so that it's ready to take my cut-in die.
Okay.
Now, I find it easier to do that sometimes in 2 steps, because I get my die lined up here perfectly, and I can tape that down. If you try to put all 3 on, sometimes if you don't use enough repositionable tape, it might move. Okay. So if you're a little bit nervous about that when you're cutting these individual pieces out, until you get confident with them, put your 2 outside cutting edges, cut your piece of card, and then put your creator card bit inside and cut that out.
You could almost have a bit of a production line going with these, couldn't you? Say if you're preparing for a wedding or something, somebody could be doing the outer line, and then somebody else having the inner die and cutting that. Even on your little diamond press, these
absolutely. Well, yes, on these the would. Yep, you just on your little machines, and you've got beautiful toppers that'll work. And I would still keep that down with my repositionable tape. And I'll just grab my
We've had a question come through from Angela.
Okay.
So just as you're sticking down and getting yourself organised. Angela's asking, it's a good question actually. She's saying, good evening, ladies.
Good evening, Angela.
It's good to have your company. Loving these dies! Exclamation
Thank you.
Could you tell me, please, if they can be mixed and matched? Many thanks and crafty hugs from a very cold and windy Anglesey. Oh dear, that doesn't sound too pleasant.
Well, what a truly fabulous question, Angela.
Isn't it?
Because I forgot to tell you. Yes is the answer.
Thank you, Angela. Without you, we might never have known.
Oh, how could I forget? Thank you, Angela. I think Angela must be employed by Crafters Companion and she hasn't told them. Get Angela on the phone. No, you're not. So, actually, yes, they're all the same size. So if you want to mix it up, the only thing you wouldn't be able to do is your outside frame, the outside edge die, because obviously they're going to be joining in different points. It would just look a bit random. But for your cut-in dies, yes, of course, they're all the same size. So you could use the 1-inch die with from one set, the little interconnected jigsaw die with the corner corner from another one and create your own custom designs. My word, we need another 5-hour show, Hayley.
Well, it's just so much to
It's ridiculous,
brand
isn't
new
it?
concepts we're talking about here. So, of course, it's a massive learning curve, not only for the design team and Crafters Companion, of course, you when you get hold of these. Trisha as well. Trisha's been emailing in as well. She's asked another question about making A5 cards as well with these.
Yes, you can. Because the size... so exciting, isn't it? Because the sizes are all perfect for that. So with your A5 card on the long edge, you would have the 2 corners and the long interconnector. That's your A5. And then you would just flip up the corner and the long interconnector, and that's your A5 frame. The possibilities are absolutely endless. All of the standard card sizes that come from A4 are covered. All of the custom sizes are covered. Because of the different little sizes of the interconnector there, you're not going to find a card size that you can't... In fact, I challenge you to find a card size that you can't do it with.
This must have been an engineering nightmare, getting all the pieces to the right sizes to get them all fit together. But of course, we don't have to worry about that. All we need to do is pick up the phone line or perhaps jump onto the website and place our orders. And don't forget, you can use them in so many different ways. We've only got about 8 minutes left.
Oh,
in this
no,
hour.
wow.
Goodness.
OK, so I'm just removing these now from the die, and I love this because you have all of those tiny little pinprick details in there, which you've released immediately. I haven't had to poke any little pieces out of there. I've just removed the card. Oh, remove the card from the die. Oh, that doesn't want to stay on my hand.
It's a shy piece,
It's just a little shy one. And then they're ready now to be stuck on the card.
Lovely.
So I've done all of those in advance because you don't want to stand watching me do them. And of course, we've only got 8 minutes left. So now I've got my best glue in the world. Don't go anywhere without it.
What do you love about this glue then?
Oh, where to start? So this is a repositionable glue. First of all, it's a solvent-based glue.
Okay.
Which is wet, obviously. It gives you repositioning time, so if you don't quite get something where you want it, you can take it off and put it back again. Also gives you wiggle room, so if you don't quite get your matten layer where it should be, see I haven't got an even border all around the outside there, I've now got wiggle room. I can move that down and get it in the perfect
I don't know what happened. I was just looking to see. Missed that.
There you go. And now I've got it. I had wiggle room, so now I've got it where it needs to be. When it dries like concrete, and it will be rock hard, and your cards will not fall to pieces. So if this is an heirloom and you go in 5 years to get it out of a memory box, it will still be stuck to pieces, stick together. Not like when you use your double-sided tapes, because they dry out in central heating and things start to fall to pieces. So this is the only thing I'll use for that very reason.
There you go.
If you get it somewhere you don't want it as well, like if I get a lump of it on a piece of beautiful pattern paper or on a piece of matte card, that's a permanent glue. But actually I can just wipe that away.
Oh, look, it disappears.
Disappears, doesn't leave any residue.
4 bottles. You can see the details on your screen there. £11.96, 459 at 509 if you fancy getting hold of those.
Now, your Xyron for this particular style of card is essential. So I've just cut all of my little pieces out, put them on a larger Xyron sheet, run it through, and now they're all adhesive and ready to go.
And of course, if you are looking for Xyron, you will find it under the Crafters Companion section in our brand section of the website.
And then we're just going to lay them up. And look, because I've used the same die to cut that lovely filigree edge, look how beautiful that lines up.
Perfect.
Everything's gorgeous, isn't it? It really does work very, very well. And that means your matten layer is the exact shape of the lovely pieces that you're sticking down. So when you're doing this, always put your corners first, all 4 corners, and then put your little pieces in the middle, and then you won't end up with a bigger border down here than you've got up here, because you're matching them in the middle. That's what I wanted to do with all of the demonstrations that I've got. Rather than doing lots and lots of cutting, I want to show you lots and lots of putting together and lots of tips of the best of how to get the best out of them. Okay, so then this one can get lined up there.
And how long in production have we got this from the concept and the original idea to us actually seeing these here?
6 months.
6 months, wow, that's a long time.
6 months. It takes us a long time because we have to have the idea and design them.
Yes.
And then we have to have them made, get them in the office, test and make sure they work in the way that we'd hoped when we designed them.
Yeah.
If they don't, we have to redesign them.
Okay.
Send them back, get another sample, test that they work.
My goodness, wow.
Before they get made and sent to us. So it takes us quite a while.
So by the time they get to us, they've been tested and tested and tested some more.
Absolutely, every time. And you know, even when we do get the final shipment of dies, they're tested as well. And if they don't work, sometimes we just won't bring those to you because we have them all remade again. So we always make sure that what we're bringing you is as perfect as it can be.
And this is because you're all crafters at heart as well, aren't you?
Absolutely. It's essential. Okay, so then I've got this fabulous Mr. and Mrs. die.
Oh, is this one? Is it Sarah's signature collection?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's one of my
nice.
favourite
It's
dies of all
beautiful.
time, this one. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Okay, so just get those little swirlies where they need to be. There we go. Mr. and Mrs.
Beautiful.
And then I've just got some 3D glue gel. And I've got a nice, one of our quilling flowers.
See, I missed out on these.
Did you?
I saw all the stir on Facebook, but I didn't get to catch one of the shows.
Quilling flowers are gorgeous. Always stick a big quilling flower like that on with 3D glue gel, mind you. Don't be tempted to put it on with anything other than that. Definitely never a foam pad.
Okay.
Because they'll just come off. And the other good thing is with 3D glue gel, when you forget to put your swirls in,
pop them in underneath.
You can lift them. You can lift it up and pop them in underneath.
Oh my goodness, we are so busy. It's really good to have your company in this launch hour. And I have to say, if you've gone for this, you are in amazing company, because it's been so busy that, wait for this, 40% of the stock has gone. We've been so busy for this. We've been loving the complete collection. One day special details are at the bottom of the screen. That's where you can decide on the two bundles. So you've got the top three or the bottom three. With the one day special, you would choose either or, but with the complete collection, you are getting all 6 of those designs. And look at this.
So this is the one I've just made. If I hold it up too long, the flower might fall off till it dries.
Okay.
So this is one I did earlier, where you can see by cutting out those individual pieces, you can create a lovely jigsaw effect frame where it doesn't have to be the cut-in detail. But again, 2 colours of card, just some cream and some black, a little bit of glitter on the quilling flower, little die-cut sentiment, and it looks timeless and elegant. So you can go over the top with these if you want to. If you're wanting to create frames for, you know, some of your pieces of artwork, some of your hand-coloured images or the stamp things, some of the stuff that Hochanda brings you, fabulous. If you're really into that kind of technique, then use these dies to create those photo corners to frame your artwork. So you've got the little filigree around the outside.
I was just looking at the design scene in those interconnecting pieces. I was thinking those would be lovely as little tabs maybe on a planner or something like that. But only if you can't cut them out. But of course you can leave them cut into your main page, because you've got the dies that allow you to do that. So
of course.
In a or an outie, it's up to you. Leanne, thank you.
Thank you.
That one. Now, of course, if you wanted to go for your complete collection, let me show you all the elements here. These are brilliant. We are so busy for this one. Of course, quite a stir with this one, and I knew you would love these. Now, of course, the one-day special launched at 6 o'clock in an evening. It's running for a period of 24 hours or until stocks last. And your one-day special is a choice of either or. Got a set of 3 dies, so you can see here these ones are beautiful, featuring these gorgeous dies. If you wanted to get hold of this particular set, which of the options is this one? Sorry, these 3 together. So you've got your damask in this one, your trellis, and your decor, if you're wanting to go for that particular option. The second option that we've got here is your filigree, your daisy, and your flourish. But if you're wanting to go for all of them, you don't need to worry about that. Go for the complete collection and you will get everything. And that's what a majority of you do. Look at these box lids. What a clever idea.
Box lids, exactly. So use them with your other die. So this is just a circle die, and then we've got the cut-in detail all around the box lid, a little bit of green card to line it so you can see it in there. And again, 2 colours of card. How gorgeous does it look?
Beautiful. Again, look at this.
Yes.
That's an elegant card.
Isn't it gorgeous? And it shows brilliantly how those dies work with the corners and the jigsaw pieces, the outside cutting edge, making the matching frame. The possibilities, people, are endless. And the thing I hope you can see about these designs is they're timeless.
Yes.
Timeless and elegant is definitely what this range of dies do for you. They are not going to go out of fashion. They're not just keeping up with the trend of the minute. They're just very usable dies that are going to give you, I would be tempted to say, thousands of options.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Easily.
I think so, yes.
For many years to come.
I can't wait to see what you create with these when you get home. You've seen, we've literally scratched the surface in this first hour. Leanne's going to be back with us at 8 o'clock this evening with even more ideas and suggestions with Yanis. Back with, I think you're back with Leonie, I think, at 9 o'clock in the morning. Lots more to see, so do make sure you tune in for all of those shows. But I will see you tomorrow, Leanne. I'll see you at 8. Exciting, that one day special. Now we're colouring, we're crafting and we're creating in the next hour. Got Yanis featuring in that particular hour, and then of course back with Leanne at 8 o'clock with die cutting with the one day special, and then a little bit of Rowendine embroidery.
I'm Sheena Douglas and I'm a stamper first and foremost, but I also draw my own stamps. Years ago, in days of yore, I started studying art and I got the chance to live in California, which I continued to study art there, and then got a different job in training, and then finally came back to designing my own rubber stamp range. I'm really pleased to be part of the Hochanda family. And I'm pretty well known for messy crafting. It's a fair cop. I like inking, painting, stamping, die cutting, stenciling, and I'm really pleased that we'll be able to focus on sharing tips and hints and techniques as we continue. And so hopefully we'll see you there.
Hello, my name's Catherine Sturrock and I bring to Hochanda my company Character Crafts. Character Crafts brings to you our laser cut designs. Each design is designed by myself. We cut them on the laser machines here in Doncaster and bring the products to you at home. Character Crafts is suitable for all ages and all abilities, so I hope that I can inspire you and help you along with your crafting. I like to show you how to use different paint techniques and different techniques to bring the characters alive, and use various mediums to decorate, and I also use air dry clay for decorating with the flowers. So make sure you look out for the Character Craft shows on Hochanda. I hope to see you soon.